Rated R, this is a warning, you better avoid poets and paranoid, DJs destroy. Guess I came back.
That's a G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come out, she cutting it up. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these niggas ain't in our lane. Bang. I'm a high school dropout, now I'm breaking the bank. Only hit your hoe one time, I love some name. Gang. We got sticks in this bitch when he standing on my stain. We ain't in a double R truck, got a big ass tank. How you find yourself tryna come up off my thing? Yeah, I never do that shit to you cause it's lame. Yeah, dude, just got locked up, man, free boy out of the chain. And I love that nigga that day, he'll catch me a break. Nigga bitch cheating on him, talk my bitch better not do that shit. I'ma lose my shit. My nigga got a stick, I ain't even gotta say he gon' do that shit. He gon' shoot that bitch. Big ass FM, but it's still gon' do all that shit. Got a lot of shit. I've been through, but it's like 10 times I don't do all that shit. And it's crazy how nigga came up cause I called it. Big Glock on my side, take precautions. Filling my cup up with mud cause I'm ballin'. It's so crazy how I made it, I caught it. Remember when I couldn't get up in college? I'ma still hit this hog, much got mileage. Pray to look up every night, I'm so righteous. Running from demons, I'm so tired of fighting. She must be off for something cause she wildin'. If my brother need it, he know he got it. On the hood, by speed and running the bottom. Got the G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come out, she cutting it off. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these the same.
Darryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Darryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Darryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Darryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
Man, oh man, what in the hell is going on in Philly, ladies and gentlemen, right? It has been nothing but confusion and drama with the Philadelphia 76ers situation over the summer, ladies and gentlemen, right? This all makes sense for me now, right? We produced an episode about James Harden and how he basically declared war on the Philadelphia 76ers, and we talked about the situation, but now that we have more information about the situation, man, this right here is crazy. So as y'all know, ladies and gentlemen, right? Y'all remember last year where James Harden took the 1+1, right? Deal, which he was eligible for a $200 million extension, right? But according to reports, they were saying that Daryl Morey and James Harden had a deal under the table where if James Harden can take a 1+1 deal, right, he will end up getting paid his money in 2023 in the offseason, right? The big, huge extension over the offseason. And they said it was an under a table deal with Daryl Morey and James Harden. And James Harden took the 1+1. So the 76ers can have flexibility in the cap so they can get more productive role players as well. So the team can have more salary to sign players that can help the team win in the championship. So James Harden did that, right? And now, when it's time for James Harden to get the contract, to get the big extension that Daryl Morey promised James Harden of getting, right? Daryl Morey basically said no, basically just ignored the man, basically sat there and said, bro, we're not going to pay you that big contract extension. Just simply lied to the guy. Just lied to the guy about the whole situation, about, the contract, and also just just promised this guy extension, which James Harden was promised. It was like a wink to wink deal, right? And we heard like during the season, James Harden sensed that, and that's why he was starting leaking reports out there saying that that he was going to go back to the Houston Rockets. James Harden was not going to play for the 76ers. He started leaking reports like that. And basically Darryl Morey came up to James Harden and sat there and said, "Bro, we're not extending you. We're not." There's reports out there saying that Darryl Morey even offered James Harden a contract, ladies and gentlemen. Like they didn't offer him nothing, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, right? This right here is sad. First of all, James Harden should be like upset with himself because you don't trust. First of all, you don't take no pay cut. I understand why he took the pay cut, but you don't take no pay cut for anybody. And first of all, if this ain't going contract, if it's not nothing that you can prove to sit there and say, you know what, I was promised a max extension in the 2023 offseason, bro, the joke's on you, James Harden. The joke's on you. You don't take no pay cut, right? Especially being the age that you are at, James Harden. You shouldn't took no pay cut because you was offered $200 million. I understand you wanted to do what's best for the team and help the team find role players and stuff like that, but you don't take no pay cut, especially for a guy like James Harden, who's offered that much money and offered that much years and length of the contract, right? You don't take no pay cut for anybody, especially for an owner like Darryl Morey, who can be deceiving and manipulative sometimes, right? You don't do that. So he fucked up on that one. And then when James Harden requested a trade, Darryl Morey basically sat there and said, lied to him again, basically sat there and said, bro, if you opt into your contract, we will trade you to the Houston Rockets or the Los Angeles Clippers. And he got lied to again. So now who has more of the leverage? Is it James Harden, ladies and gentlemen, or is it Darryl Morey in the 76ers? It's Darryl Morey in the 76ers. And when James Harden came out there, ladies and gentlemen, and basically came out on whatever he was at and basically sat there and said, I'm not going to play with an organization that has Darryl Morey, right, on it, right, then he's basically sitting there and saying that I'm not going to go into the 76ers. I'm not going to go to training camp. I'm not going to report to the facility. I'm not going to play basketball with the 76ers. So now guess what the 76ers can do? They can act on the new CBA, right? Which is, I believe, called the withholding acts, right? If a player is on an expiring contract, right, and choose not to play for that team, they can void that contract and he can't play for no other team, bro. We're talking about in the NBA, the G League, overseas. He can't play no contract until the Philadelphia 76ers sitting there and say, you know what? We find James Harden can play with any other team. You know what I'm saying? Right? It does not say that James Harden has to perform to his level on a expiring contract. They just basically say that he has to play for the team, report to training camp, and all the other stuff, right? So at the end of the day, James Harden is on a lose-lose situation, bro. He's on a lose-lose situation. He don't want to play with Darryl Morey, but anyways, the 76ers can act on the new CBA, which he has to play with Darryl Morey and play for the contract, bro. And at the end of the day, he was lied to big time, bro. And whose fault is that? Listen, I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming. Listen, Darryl Morey is a manipulator, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, Darryl Morey, like, that's what he does. That's what GM does. That's what white GM do, bro. But at the end of the day, James Harden, you shouldn't be taking no pay cut for no white man. Come on, James Harden. For the white owners got all that money. You taking a pay cut. The joke's on you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? The joke's on you. The joke's on you, James Harden. The joke's on you, bro. Real talk, bro. He said it's not Darryl Morey. He don't owe shit. LOL. Harden, why you mad? That's what I'm saying. If James Harden don't have a contract or have proof, and anyways, you can't even do that in NBA. You can't do underneath tables where, yeah, if y'all promise something, a wink to wink deal, right? He would go get his money, bro. I think James Harden put his trust in Darryl Morey. I think James Harden, trusted James Harden. I think James Harden trusted Darryl Morey because of the situation with him in Houston as well, right? And he basically just thought he had somebody in Darryl Morey where Darryl Morey can actually promise some things, and Darryl Morey stabbed him in the back and turned on him and manipulated him, bro. Manipulated him to actually help the team out and also not getting paid. They didn't even offer this guy a contract, bro. Like, they didn't offer nothing. The report out there is saying that they didn't offer James Harden nothing. Not a damn thing. So it's like, it's like at the end of the day, bro, it just is the jokes on James Harden. Then if you look at the guy, the way that he plays is just he's just regressing as a basketball player. He's nowhere near the same basketball player that we know who he is. It's like, who the hell want to pay for that shit? Who the hell want to pay for that shit? So at the end of the day, Darryl Morey promised the guy for a contract, right? He promised him a contract, and he didn't get the contract, bro. It is what it is, right? He didn't get the contract. Let me read some of this conversation. He said one of the reasons why Harden went to Philly was because of the relationship with Darryl Morey. And I'm going to tell y'all this shit too. Joel Embiid, I'm going to tell y'all this shit too, because we're going to get into the situation too, ladies and gentlemen. This is another fucked up situation that the Philadelphia 76ers fans about to go to, bro. I'm going to tell you this shit too. And I predicted this shit on my last couple of streams, but when we had a contract about Joel Embiid going to Knicks. I'm predicting that Joel Embiid will request a trade within 7 to 8 to 10 months, bro. Joel Embiid is going to be frustrated the organization is not able to find him a comparable second option, not going to find him a great cohesive roster where he can contend for championships. And they're going to look at two of the guys that's supposed to be that reliable second option have literally just quit on the goddamn team as well. I think Joel Embiid will be frustrated. And if you look at James Harden, I believe James Harden will come this season overweight, out of shape, with the fat suit on, not giving a fuck, right? And I think that's going to frustrate Joel Embiid. And I believe Joel Embiid will request a trade for the Philadelphia 76ers, bro. Joel Embiid is going to be out of there, bro. He is going to be out of there, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all smash the like button as y'all coming in. Joel Embiid is going to be out of the Philadelphia 76ers because of the situation that's happening, bro. Facts, Maz. This shit is crazy. And Maz, it's crazy that James, you know what's so crazy about the situation? It's crazy that that this man James Harden really, really trusted in a guy in Darryl Morey, right? And I understand that they go way back in Houston and stuff like that, but Darryl Morey just literally manipulate this guy. Darryl Morey promised this guy a big contract that he was going to sign at feet, take less money and take the 1+1, give him more flexibility to get more salary cap and players as well, right? And coming to this season, James Harden really, really sensed that the 76ers was not going to give him that big contract extension. That's why he started leaking reports out about him going to the Houston Rockets and, playing for other teams as well, right? So he can have leverage as well, right? And then when it was time for getting that extension, James Harden went up to Darryl Morey and basically sat there and said, bro, I want a contract extension. And Darryl Morey didn't even offer this guy nothing, right? And at the end of the day, that's when Darryl Morey was that's when James Harden basically was like, I don't want to play for the 76ers no more. Get me out of here, bro. Y'all niggas lied. I don't even want to play with you, Darryl Morey. You spit in my face. You lied. You manipulated me. You hear me? So that's when, basically, Darryl Morey was like, if you opt into your contract, I trade to the Houston Rockets. Lied to him again. Didn't trade this guy. So he basically is forced to play with the 76ers because he has no leverage, ladies and gentlemen. He has no leverage. Real talk, he doesn't. So, and then if he decides if he decides to not, if James Harden decides not to play with the 76ers can act on that new CBA which they can void James Harden contract so he won't sign with no other team. So he has to come and play for them, bro. Like I expect him to come and play, not give no effort, and not give a fuck. I expect him to do that. Something that he did against Brooklyn, but this is the same shit with James Harden. This is what happens to James Harden. Real talk. So salute Chris Roberts. No, I don't. I do not want James Harden on the Clippers. I do not want James Harden Clippers. I don't. Real talk, bro. Salute Miami Heat haters. Salute. He said, Mookie, no, I don't. Harden ruined the Clippers' career. He said Harden ruined his career. He did. He's stupid. James Harden is stupid, bro. I swear to God, he's stupid, bro. You don't sit there and take no pay cut for no goddamn white GM, bro. There ain't no contract, there ain't no papers proving that was the situation as well, right? You don't do that shit. You don't do it. James Harden, you know you about what 32, 33, going on to 34, 35, right? This was the last big contract, bro, that you was going to able to get. You want to sit there, and I understand you trying to be a team player and trying to get, players on the 76ers trying to take a pay cut so they can get more players, more pieces on the team as well. But you got to think about yourself because this is the last big contract that you ever get it. And now it's about to be a point where, bro, you probably never get this contract again. And you probably won't play basketball again because if you sit there making a claim, sit there, say, I don't want to play with a team with Darryl Morey again, bro. Then James Harden basically sat there and said, bro, I'm not coming to training camp. And they can void your contract, right? To make it seem like you don't play for you ain't playing for no team, you ain't signing for no team, right? Until the 76ers be like, you know what, it's fine. Damn. And they basically sat there and said the 76ers already overpricing the value of James Harden. James Harden is not that same MVP player. They talking about they want MVP players, draft picks, all that shit. Real talk, bro. Facts. Joel Embiid is. I'm telling y'all, bro. Joel Embiid will request a trade by the end of this year. Joel Embiid is gone, bro. He's gone. I predicted it too. Joel Embiid is going to the Knicks, bro. This is too dysfunctional organization. The Philadelphia 76ers is dysfunctional. It's about us blaming the GMs, right? The Philadelphia 76ers are dysfunctional. They're a team that I just don't is a team that you just don't want to play with, right? And they got a dysfunctional ass GM and Darryl Morey, bro. He's dysfunctional, bro. It is what it is. What's up, my man? What you got on this?
Yo, what's going on, man? Yeah, man. I just feel like Harden took a pay cut for the wrong reason, especially for guys like PJ Tucker and Daniel House. Like I get PJ Tucker brings that like veteran presence, but I don't think he's worth taking the pay cut for. So I think that was his first mistake. His second mistake was not showing up in the playoffs. If he would have just showed up in the playoffs and made the conference finals at least, I think they would have paid him.
Yeah, but I can get with that, but it's so many times with James Harden don't show in the playoffs and he still get extended a contract. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go on that point, but I will sit there and say he's dumb. I think he should have took that contract extension, bro, when it was initially offered to you instead of taking a pay cut, bro. Like I understand you're trying to be unselfish and trying to win, right? But at the end of the day, bro, it's about yourself, about thinking about your pockets, bro. At the end of the day, bro, because now you're in a situation like this.
Yeah. And
you see what I'm saying?
I don't remember this, but remember when Dirk took a pay cut and they ended up getting Chandler Parsons? That ended up being a waste, bro. Like sometimes, like stuff like that doesn't work out. Like taking pay cuts to try to get players, but they end up not being worth it.
Yeah, bro. But they said that James Harden, Woj just basically sat there and said James Harden's goal is to make the Sixers so uncomfortable that they just decided they can't bring her back to training camp, that they do a trade. That's what James Harden goal is to do, bro. His goal is to make the locker room so dysfunctional, so trash. And it's smart though on his end, bro. Just to make it so dysfunctional. He probably would get into a player, bro. He probably would get with a player. He probably would start an argument, start a beef with a player, bro. That's what he's trying to do, bro. And it's like, damn, I feel sorry for a guy like Joel Embiid because it's like, how the hell he's supposed to goddamn win for this? How the hell he's supposed to win with this, bro? He want to make it toxic. Real talk, bro. He's trying to make it toxic. Hey, Drew, what you got on this?
Yeah, it was a good move. Like, I've been on a while, so what I've seen over the last like couple months, like James Harden's just been, making trouble, saying that, he wants to get traded and shit like that. But like when you think about the NBA and you think about like all these players when moving and shit like that, he's not gonna get traded because what championship contender wants someone like that on their team causing all the problems and shit like that? So like I feel like honestly, if I was the Sixers, I would do what they're doing right now is just hold them out. But because that's like their only option, honestly. If they just keep him because he's unhappy and
Hold on.
overall.
So you will hold him out until he cause all the confusion. He'll come to training camp.
Well, I don't see a championship team training for him. Like
no, but hear what you're saying. You basically sit there and saying that you will hold him out, right? You won't trade him. So if he comes into the locker room causing problems, basically just not giving a fuck, not showing up, not caring, like what would you do? Like what would you do as a GM?
Yeah, that's a good point. But like during before in the beginning of the stream, you said I don't know what your full point about, but you said their franchise is dysfunctional. Like they didn't handle the Ben Simmons situation good. They've done other things in the past that weren't so good. So like how would they handle this situation? Like if maybe if they hold him out, the thing will continue, but then it'll eventually end. But I don't know. I don't trust that. I haven't trusted that fucking franchise in a while. So
yeah. Hey Ken, what you got on this, bro? Ken, you on mute, bro.
Yo, Moot.
Yeah, what you got on this game?
What's good, my heart?
What's good, my heart? Hey, chill off, man.
The KD fans back.
Yeah, man. James Harden. This is the third team he quitting on. I mean, he quit on my team, Brooklyn Nets. He quit like when Kyrie and KD they weren't in the lineup, and James Harden had to carry. He quit. He said he wanna get out of there. I mean, at this point, bro, I don't know what James Harden wants in his career. He has major meltdowns in the playoffs. He couldn't get it done this past season with Philly. He was a no-show. Let me cook, bro. He was a no-show in Game 7, and then he opted into his contract, and I guess him and Darryl Morey they had some discussion behind the scenes about how James Harden was gonna get a max contract. But I mean, listen, James Harden, you didn't perform, bro. So as much as Darryl Morey wants to keep the end of his deal and give you the max, you didn't do your job, and you didn't play up to expectations in the playoffs, bro. So I mean, at the end of the day, bro, the ownership in Philadelphia said, James Harden, you're not getting a max, bro. Like, you're not that kind of player. You're not that caliber player anymore, and you don't deserve it. And James Harden is basically saying, bro, get me out of here, man, because I want the max. But people around the league don't look at James Harden as a max player anymore. So James Harden gotta just he gotta man up, put on his big boy pants, and just come and ball out and prove that he's a max player.
I mean, last year was his opportunity, and he didn't do it. So why would I invest money right now for a max player, even though he's not one? So
I agree. I agree. So
Ken, you don't feel for James Harden for being lied to by Darryl Morey and being manipulated by Darryl Morey, saying that if he take the 1+1, he'll get his big contract instead. Do you feel for James Harden, or are you basically saying that it's his dumb ass fault?
Because he lied to Darryl Morey. He probably said, "Yeah, Darryl Morey, I'm finna ball out this season, bro. I'm about to opt to my contract. I'm finna ball out. We finna go to the championship." And you notice what James Harden did? He brought in his guys, PJ Tucker, Daniel House. Like he brought in the guys he's familiar with because he thought like they was gonna have a deep postseason run. But James Harden had a meltdown, bro. So yeah, I could feel for him for not getting his money, bro. But does he deserve it? No, he doesn't deserve it. So why would I feel for a guy who don't deserve it and then play up to expectations? No, I'm not feeling for no nigga like that, man. And the nigga and Mookie, the reason why I'm not feeling for him too,
Somebody said, hold on. Somebody said, Mookie, why did Harden opt into this last year?
exactly.
The reason why he opted into his last year in Philly because Philly promised this nigga that he was going to trade him to the Houston Rockets or any other team. They promised to trade him, and they lied to him again. Damn, this nigga's getting finessed. That's why he opted into his deal.
But Mook, you know, also too, why I can't be mad at him? His dumb ass Mook. Brooklyn Nets offered him an extension, and I think it was a max or something like that. They offered an extension, I think it was a max, and he declined it. He didn't sign the extension with Brooklyn, and then he axed out that same season, bro. When Brooklyn was offering him the extension, the extension was on the table. So no, I'm not feeling bad for no guy who had money offered to him and he declined it because he thought he could get more, or he just didn't like the situation, so he axed out. No, I'm not feeling bad for no guy like that, bro. Nah. And then he left Houston too, where Houston he was making max money. He could have made max money in Houston. He left that situation too to go to Brooklyn. So this guy don't know what he want in his career at this point. I'm not feeling sorry for a guy who quit on teams and then get it done, had major meltdowns in the play. I'm not feeling sorry for no guy like that, man.
So let me ask you a question, Ken. Let me ask you something. So say if James Harden does not come into training camp, now we got a situation where the 76ers can void his contract and he can't play for no other team. Do you think he should do that just to put his career in jeopardy, bro? Or you just basically just show up to camp and basically just because they say James Harden's goal is to make it like toxic as hell, like make the situation terrible, make this shit toxic so he can literally force the 76ers to trade him, bro. Do you think that's a smart way to go about it? Because he obviously just don't want to play with that nigga again, bro.
Personally, I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want to lose money. I would never, I don't care how much money you make, you never want to lose money. So personally, I wouldn't do that. But if Harden does that with this new CBA, bro, he's gonna be losing a lot of money. So Harden, if he's gonna do that, he's gonna lose a lot of money. And Philadelphia already proved like we seen the same situation with Ben, where Ben sat out the whole season and didn't get traded to the trade deadline. Darryl Morey is willing to hold out the players. He's willing to sit there and like not trade you until he finds the best package available. So if Harden's gonna sit out, Darryl Morey's gonna sit there until the best package available comes available. And until then, if James Harden gonna do that, he's gonna lose a lot of money. So
yeah, this would be a lot different if like Philadelphia was like a bottom 10 team or not a contending team, but they're a contending team. So if they don't do something quick, they're basically fucked. So
and yeah, this too. Embiid is acting out next offseason.
Yeah, he's gonna eventually do that. Gone. Yeah, he's gonna eventually do that.
He's gone. Yeah, facts. Like unless like they get like a caliber player like returning for James Harden or better, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's done. And I feel for a guy like Joel Embiid is like, bro, like how many times he has to play with incompetent second option. They're really, really not doing their job they're supposed to, bro. Like how many times this is gonna happen, bro? Real talk, bro. How many times
in the front office making dumb decisions?
Facts. What the fuck, man? Stop it, bro. Y'all niggas just sit there and just be sitting there lying to shit. It's just the 76ers organization is fucking terrible. James Harden, dumbass, shouldn't even fucking take no pay cut for no nigga. What are you taking a pay cut for, bro? You supposed to be thinking about yourself. Because the owner could do some shit like this, bro. Y'all niggas don't think, man. Y'all got to lose your fucking brain. This nigga James Harden should have sat there and said, you know what? Yeah, I understand that, Darryl Morey, we go a long way, bro. But I need my extension, bro. You can't give me an extension. There's other teams that want to get me around that time, bro. See what I'm saying? Real talk. And man, what do you think you should go to your Magics?
Hell no.
Why you don't want a guy like James Harden?
Man, we got Anthony Black. We're fine.
Anthony Black.
Yeah, man.
Anthony Black.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Somebody said he took a pay cut for a white man. This nigga sad,
what's he did?
Well, he didn't take it. No, he took it for his boys, PJ Tucker and House. Let's not do that. He didn't take it for.
No, he didn't. He took it for a white guy, bro. Stop it, bro.
Nah.
Nah, but Mook, do you think Harden's worth the extension? I mean max, not extension, the max contract.
I'm not a person where I'll sit there and say a guy not worth nothing because I think any player should go get the highest money amount. But if I'm an organization, no, I won't give him that. But the fact that the 76ers didn't offer him nothing is crazy, bro. They didn't offer this nigga nothing. Not a
He's not.
damn
It's not like
thing.
he's like very old. He's still like 34. Like he's not in his later years. Like he's getting there, but he's not in his like really late years. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's his fault. It's his fault. Like he's not handling his career the right way. Like that's what happens.
Somebody said
If you don't do your due diligence, doing the right thing, that shit happens. So
Somebody said Harden is worth $20 million now. Lil Tone.
I see Harden ending up like Russ. We're like,
I think he's worth more than 20 million. I don't know. Maybe like
21
25.
million.
Yeah, maybe like 25 to 30, maybe. But, I don't know about 20.
You
What's
think
D'Lo
James
again?
Harden $30 million now, Nick? Go ahead.
Nah, I was saying,
Wait, what'd you say,
what's
Mick?
D'Lo getting paid?
Bradley Beal.
Nah, D'Lo. What's D'Angelo Russell getting paid right now?
How much D-Lo getting paid?
That's a good question. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he get paid like $17 million.
So add $4 million to that. That's what Harden should get paid.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with that. Harden's not no $30 million player no more, bro. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had a great career,
Yeah, he had a great career, but I feel like he messed up his own bag, bro. He messed up. He fumbled his own bag, bro.
But do you think it's KD fault for like if he would have stay healthy, they would have like won it? Like they wouldn't.
Yeah, I think if KD, if I feel like the vaccine shit messed up a lot of shit in Brooklyn. Like if Kyrie had the vaccine or the vaccine mandate wasn't here, I think Harden probably would have stayed and got his extension and got his money. So a lot of shit happened.
At the same time, I don't think he would have respected that ring because it was on a super team. So just been
no, but we just talking about how shit would have played out differently for Harden though. Like,
well, to be fair, he probably would have get like you guys said like last year, like this last season, like sure they lost, but like if they would have won that series and make it a conference final, which they haven't done in a while, maybe he would have got paid. Like maybe like a slight chance.
Yeah.
So
who Harden?
Yeah, like he didn't like he played bad in Game 7, but like if they would have won that game, even with him playing bad, like I don't know, maybe.
Nah, Drew, they was offering him the extension even though he lost.
Their franchise isn't like, I mean, it's not mediocre because like they're getting to the playoffs every year, but like if you keep going to the playoffs and you don't like you don't grow, like you don't get further, you're basically you're mediocre. You're not doing anything like positive. You're just doing the same shit over and over.
Definition of insanity.
Basically, yeah. So he all the blame goes on him. Honestly, I mean,
yeah, like
sure,
bro, you
sure
left.
the organization could do better, but it's on him a little bit more. So
yeah, bro, like you left Houston. Houston was gonna offer you the most money you probably would have made in your career.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you went to Brooklyn. Brooklyn was offering you.
Hey, hop in, Slick Rick. You, ever since what's name cussed your ass out, you ain't been on this shit, bitch.
Facts. Yo, somebody got an echo.
Do I got an echo?
Is it you? I think it's you. Yeah.
I'm coming.
But yeah, man, Harden, he messed up his own bag. I can't feel sorry for no nigga who quit on this third. This is the third team now he's quitting on. I'm not feeling sorry for him, bro. Not.
Yeah, him. Is it still there?
Nah, you good.
Now you're echoing. You're echoing.
He said, "Nigga, I've been on." He said, "I went off on Kings." When was that, nigga? He said, "Y'all hear that piece of Friday shit?"
Yo, Slick Rick, nigga, you went MIA, nigga, for like a whole month, nigga. Stop lying,
stop
nigga.
lying, little nigga. Before I get my belt, nigga.
Before we call a ticket on this shit again, nigga.
Oh man, this nigga Slick Rick ain't been in things. That nigga cussed his ass up, nigga threatened his ass, boy. He said James Harden's gonna stunt like the Magic, bro. James Harden is like, bro, about to tear the whole organization up, bro. Like that's what he's about to do, bro.
Facts, bro. Oh man, this new CBA, bro. Oh damn, yo.
Yeah, kid, and that's what I'm saying, kid. Like he can't even like like he can't even show like he has to show up, bro. If he don't show up, he done. They about to
Uh,
void his contract. He can't play for no team, bro. No other team, bro.
they not playing, bro. Ever
And
But
the
that's why I
since
season,
said.
the season's about to start like in a couple
But
months.
that's why I
So
yeah,
said
two
there.
months.
yeah,
But that's why I sat there and said he's gonna make it so toxic. He probably gonna call off some shit. He's probably gonna, you know, get into it with some of the players and shit like that. He gonna make that shit real toxic, so they don't have no choice but to trade this nigga. That's
Facts.
what Woj said. Woj
Now I
basically
just
said
thought
that shit.
about this. Harden is a real diva. Remember what he did in Houston when he wanted to get out? He came in, he had a fat suit on, he was arguing with teammates, he wasn't showing up to practice. I mean, he was calling out his teammates. Yeah, I remember that, man. He made it real toxic when he wanted to get out of Houston, bro. And
Right.
he made it toxic when he wanted to get out of Brooklyn too. He was calling out Kyrie, saying how Kyrie not doing the best to help the team win. He was throwing slick shots out, and he was throwing slick shots at Steve Nash too. Hey man, Harden's a real diva, bro. I agree, Mook. He gonna make this shit real toxic, bro. And damn, bro, this shit
Yeah.
crazy. Philadelphia
I
is
mean,
just
I didn't give like another alternative, but like if they do trade him and say for like some miracle they trade him to a bad team, why would a bad team want someone like that on their team who's
facts.
out of shape, who's out of his prime, and
And no,
there's a
it's just question
ton of
marks.
young
Like, is
players.
he
Right.
gonna
Yeah,
quit? Is he
yeah,
gonna quit on
exactly.
us when he don't get his way? Is he just gonna quit? Like, this is why Mook. I think the Clippers should stay far away from this guy, bro. Far away. If
Exactly.
y'all
Stay,
get this
yeah,
guy,
no, I
bro,
wouldn't trade for
he
them.
like the Clippers already are a injury
Yeah,
prone
yeah.
team.
I agree. I agree, Ken, because like when he did that shit in Houston, like when he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, like he allowed himself to get overweight, out of shape and shit like that, bro, and try to like get in shape, and his body to begin to break down, bro. But that's the same shit he's about to do with Philly this year. You about to go overweight, be out of shape like a motherfucker, bro. And then when he's trying to lose weight, get back in shape and shit like that, right? His body gonna break down because he didn't come to the season in shape. So I don't think any other team should get that, Nick. Because what are you gonna do? He's gonna get injured in the late part of the year, bro. That's what's gonna happen. Somebody said China hates Darryl Morey. Hard to call him a liar in China. Hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
P5. What you
Yo.
got on this? P5.
Yes.
What you got on this situation, man?
You talking about the Harden saying that Daryl Morey lied about contract details and stuff like that?
Yes.
It's kind of a he said, she said. I don't think Harden can prove his claims. I believe him because why else would he take a pay cut last year? Apparently there was an agreement under the table that Harden would get a long-term extent or a long-term deal with like the max contract from the Sixers if he took a pay cut and helped the team get better. And he's saying that Daryl Morey went back on his word, and that first, according to the CBA, that's illegal. You can't do that. If Harden can prove it, then he has something against the Sixers. They'll lose draft picks. But B, like Harden is also like trading water here because if he doesn't show up to the Sixers, they can literally void his contract and ban him from signing with any other NBA team.
Yep, that's why I said.
Yeah, essentially banning him for the rest of the NBA. So like they're in a like the Sixers have leverage, but at the same time, if Harden can find proof, then he has leverage. Then it's like it's a tug of war thing. If Daryl Morey really did go back on his word on James Harden like that, then that's kind of like that's kind of wrong on his part. But if
would you say it's like more James Harden fault? Because why would you take a pay cut, like knowing damn well you're getting to the end of your career where, like, this is probably your last big pay cut you're gonna have, bro.
I'm okay, yeah.
Like, why are you taking a big pay cut like
I
that,
think
bro?
because if James Harden was told that he was going to be getting this big long-term max extension, then I mean, if I was told that I was going to get the big long-term max extension towards the end of my career that I've been wanting.
But if it was told, hold on. If it was told to you that you would get an extension, but it wasn't signed, documented proof, they're saying that, hey, if I take this pay cut, I'm getting a contract, bro. That Daryl Morey does not have nothing to fulfill, bro. He just manipulated you, lied to you at the end of the day, and you have no proof to stand on. It was the wink to
Yeah, he
wink
has
deal,
no
bro.
proof.
Like
He has
he
no proof.
doesn't. So why are you taking that
Yeah,
pay
the
cut?
leverage is on
Well,
their. The leverage is on their
at
side.
the end of the day, I think Harden just trusted Daryl Morey because we know the relationship that they had. I'm not defending Harden on this because I don't know if this is true, but I think Harden just trusted Daryl Morey because we know the relationship that they
That's
had.
understandable.
And I feel like he trusted him. Morey went back on his word due to performance, and now they're having this little civil war here going on. And it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out because either Harden's going to get banned from the NBA or he's going to play for the Sixers, but he's going to be way out of shape, or he's barely going to play. There's going to be drama like there was in Houston, and they'll be forced to move him then. Like it's a tug of war between the two parties, and it's Harden staying 10 toes down. He's not backing down.
I think he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play. I think
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
play.
be. I think he's gonna be out of shape. I think what James Harden gonna do, he's gonna make that situation so toxic that he the Philadelphia 76ers is gonna have no choice but to trade him.
Yeah.
You never know. That might like if that happens, that might actually like give James Harden the opportunity to get traded to a good team. So
Yeah, but here's the thing: that terribly affects the because if the Sixers ban,
yeah, and it would
Harden,
affect
then that's going to have a huge negative impact on the Sixers because Joel Embiid's probably not going to like that because we know how much he likes playing with Harden. B, like no star is going to want to go sign or get traded to Philly if the Sixers are willing to literally ban their players or ban Harden. Because that's just not a great look. So the Sixers are kind of screwed anyway. I think they need to blow it up. I don't think there's a scenario where they build a championship team around Embiid, there's a lot of stuff going on in Philadelphia. I don't know how they do it, but I think they need to try their best to move on from the current era that they're in.
Yo, looking at it now, my Brooklyn Nets won the trade, bro. Like we won the trade, bro. If you actually look at it, like Philadelphia is going into rebuild, and Brooklyn Nets, they still have future draft picks, and they still have good young talent to build around.
Yeah, he is right. Yeah, he is right about
that.
that.
But was that all a result of the Harden trade? Because what did the Sixers get back in that? They got back the Nets. They got back Simmons, Drummond, and Seth Curry, right? No. The Sixers got Seth Curry. The Nets got Ben Simmons. They got Andre Drummond, and they did get Seth Curry, and I think they also got 2 first-round picks. Curry and Drummond are gone; they didn't play that big of an impact. And Simmons, we know the impact he's playing on the team right now, and I think they got two firsts in that deal, and we don't know what those have turned into yet. I don't think.
Somebody said James has quit his way out of 2 teams, Sunday Stitcher and demanded trade, a choker and a diva. Nobody wants him. Y'all make an excuse.
I'm not making excuses.
We're not making no excuses.
I'm not making excuses for. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just stating the facts and what could happen to him. I'm not or by what I've heard. That's been reported. Like I'm just saying what's been reported. I'm not defending James Harden. He could have gotten the big payday that he wanted in Brooklyn. But he wanted out. He could have signed that big contract and said, you know what, I'm not taking a pay cut last year, but he didn't. And now this year, he's wanting that big money and he's not getting it. That's kind of his fault. For trusting for trusting his GM on an unsigned agreement. So I mean, it's kind of his fault, but at the same time, it's kind of snake-like from the Sixers if that's true. But it's weird.
I mean,
it's a weird situation.
If the Sixers do blow it up, I mean, they have a pathway to salvage it. Like Mookie, you point out the Knicks, like Joel Embiid going to the Knicks. I don't know if that's going to be a trade or anything, but the Knicks got some young players on their team. Like maybe if the Sixers get like a couple of young players and they got Tyrese Maxey, they won't be awful. They won't be great, but they won't be awful. So I don't know.
I think the Sixers, if they trade Embiid, they need to be awful because I don't think you're trading Embiid.
Yeah. And that especially
if you're trading Embiid, you're completely restarting. You're not trying to hit a soft.
Yeah, you're right.
But if I'm the Knicks, I'm not trading Brunson. I'm keeping Brunson in that trade.
Oh, they're not trading. No, they're not trading Brunson. No. They're not.
Who's to say that Philadelphia don't ask for Brunson in that trade?
Like I was talking about, like RJ Barrett and shit like that. Like
I think the Knicks see Brunson is untouchable though. That's the problem. Like, I
But
don't
what
think
if
the Knicks
what if I'm Philly and I ask for Brunson? Are you going to
Well,
give
then
me
you're not
Brunson?
getting him. You're just not getting him. Like, I'm sorry, you're not getting him. Like, they're not gonna run a big three of RJ, Julius Randle, and Embiid. They're just not doing that. The reason they got Brunson is because they needed that elite point guard to set the table for everybody. And they got that point guard. They wouldn't just trade him away after an All NBA caliber year by Brunson, just to trade him for Embiid. Now they have two front court players, one of which gets injured in the playoffs, the other chokes in the playoffs, and then you got RJ Barrett, who looks lost out there sometimes. Like, the Knicks wouldn't do that, but they are the Knicks, so I wouldn't put it past them. But if I'm the Knicks, I'm absolutely not.
Somebody said it's funny how the Sixers never want to play their players and just expect them motherfucker to come play. I wouldn't be surprised if Max don't get paid next year like he was promised.
He'll get paid. Maxey's gonna get paid. The way Daryl Morey,
Yo, that
I don't know.
organization not
I
looking
don't know.
good, bro.
I mean, like you've noticed it like the last like 6 to 5 years, like the Sixers front office, man, like that Ben Simmons situation, them drafting the Fultz, like I don't know.
The Markelle Fultz, that wasn't a bad pick though. Like that was the right pick. Markelle, no, stop. No, we're doing revisionist history right now. Markelle Fultz going into that class was the best prospect. He was the right pick. There's no way you can tell me that when he got drafted, you were like, bust. This is a terrible pick. You cannot tell me that because we know how it worked out. But I'm not blaming the Sixers for Markelle Fultz for getting how to shoot for whatever reason that may be. I'm not blaming the Sixers for that.
Well, you can make that case, but like a lot of people didn't see Jason Tatum being this good. But Jason Tatum is literally a superstar in the league, and I think the year after, I don't know who they drafted the year after, but I think they had the Mikal Bridges, and they literally traded him to the Suns. Like you could see a little like instances where like the Sixers, he's a good player. I get
what he's saying. They're not good at
they're not really that good at
they're not good at scouting talent.
No, so exactly.
Yeah, like that was the movie Mikal Bridges was bad. Like I think they got him in the lottery, and they just traded him away for what? I don't even remember what they traded him away for.
Zaire Smith.
It's Zaire Smith. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was bad. But like I can't.
Somebody said that's a bad pick, P5. They chose him over Tatum.
No, but Get Money Bands won. If you remember, Markelle.
No, he's making P5 is making a good point because Markelle Fultz is like one of the best players in college basketball.
I understand that. I understand that with hindsight, we can see that Tatum was clearly the better player. But at the time, everybody was saying, "Oh, Markelle Fultz is the number 1 overall pick." I thought he was the number 1 overall pick. Everyone thought he was this generational type point guard who would be the yin to Embiid's yang, and would be the big three with Ben Simmons and Embiid. Like, no one thought that was a bad pick. And it wasn't a bad pick. It's just Fultz forgot how to play basketball. Like,
because he was a great scorer in college. His shot was fucking terrible in fucking the NBA.
He couldn't shoot. He just could not shoot in the NBA.
Yo, Boba, I'm not really like versed in like the college game like that. So how far would you say the gap it was between Fultz and Tatum in college?
I mean, I don't think it's a college thing. It's more of a like Markelle Fultz was. By the way, he was amazing in college. He was an explosive guard who could play make, amazing scorer, played great in transition, and had high upside as a defender due to his length and wingspan. Jason Tatum was easily the most refined offensive player coming into the draft and was probably the more guaranteed thing. But Markelle had the higher ceiling. Like, I mean, it's just you draft best player available. I understand. But the Sixers going with Markelle Fultz there wasn't a bad pick. It was the right pick. It had team fit, higher ceiling, almost a guaranteed thing. But it just didn't work out because
that draft was just weird as hell because like
the Celtics apparently thought Tatum was the best all along, but I mean,
like Lonzo was drafted 3rd, right?
I think they generally did.
Lonzo was 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. But wasn't Fox in that draft? Fox was in that draft. Yeah, Bam was in that draft. Like Bam, exactly. Like, come on now.
Allen.
Yeah, like I don't know. You're not drafting Bam Adebayo with the number 1 overall pick, though. Like, you're not doing that. Like, I understand there were players behind him that were better than Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Lonzo was a better player than Fox in
college. Yeah, it would have been this. Hearn, what you got on this situation, Hearn?
I mean, James Harden deserve everything that's coming to him. End of the day, you can't keep bitching and moaning and complaining to get your way, and when you don't get your way, you throwing temper tantrums. You make yourself grow titties. You make yourself grow titties in the off season and be out of shape and shit. Man, no, man. At the end of the day, James Harden deserves what he deserves, man. And he can't expect Darryl Morey to get fired over him again. Darryl Morey sacrificed everything for him the first time. You seen what the hell how that turned out. Darryl Morey lost his job, so you can't expect Darryl Morey to sacrifice his job again. And today, in my opinion, man, James Harden, either your ass gonna play this last year out, or your ass gonna sit down and not get paid. And today, Daryl Moore got the cards. He can control how this go. And at the end of the day, you dish that man in China. That's just how ignorant that your ass took it to. So,
Hold on,
and, and
But you don't think James Harden has the right to feel that way because of the simple
nope,
fact that last year
hell no,
he was
hell
hold on,
no,
Hearn.
no.
Somebody said Hearn defending a white man. You don't think James Harden has a right to feel that way because James Harden sacrificed money on the table to take the 1+1 because Daryl Morey basically sat there and
You want
manipulated
to know
him, basically
something,
sitting
Mook?
there saying that if he would have taken that 1+1, he'd get that max extension in the 2023 season. Then going to the season, James Harden felt that the 76 organization was not going to give him that contract. So that's why he started leaking reports out there, basically sitting there saying that he was going to go to the Houston Rockets and stuff like that. Then when James Harden came to Daryl Morey, he basically asked him about a contract extension. Daryl Morey was acting funny. The 76ers didn't even offer this man a contract extension. He basically sat there and said that, hey, if James Harden, if you opt into your deal, we're going to trade you to Houston or any other team that you want to get traded to. Lied to him about that, manipulated this guy to play another season with Philadelphia 76ers, and this is where we at right now, bro. So you don't think James Harden have the right to feel this way?
No, Mook. You want to know why, Mook? How long James Harden been in the NBA?
Over a decade.
All right, so why you didn't use your business common sense of what you learned through all these years to understand that you probably should not have took a pay cut, knowing damn well y'all motherfucker wasn't gonna win the championship anyway. I'm not taking a pay cut unless I know we winning. So James Harden was a damn fool for that, not using business 1-on-1. So that's his fault for taking the pay cut situation. Then kind of sort of the relationship him and Darren Moore had, end of the day, certain things took place. But James Harden, that's his fault. You've been in the game too long. You've been in the league too long to make that kind of mistake. He took the leverage out of his hands when he did that. When he did that move, he fucked himself up, and he should have understood then that I'm gonna probably be in the shit show next season, or
That's
I'm
that's
that's his fault, Mook. That's James Harden's fault. And then just his past actions anyway. You do what you want to do. You party, strip club, hanging with snitches, doing all that type of shit you be doing. And you get away with it. You get away with murder. No, everybody let you get away with it. Now you bitching and
my
moaning and
nigga
complaining
SF film.
because you getting held hostage.
Hey,
Man,
SF
James
film.
Harden deserves what he deserves, man. He ain't got
Hello.
no heart. He has
Hey,
no
what's sound,
class.
nigga?
He didn't handle it. He
What's
didn't
up,
handle it
nigga?
professionally. He
You
wasn't
good
a
game?
professional.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
deserved. And Seville, James Harden deserved this shit, man.
What James Harden got?
He crying. He crying again, Seville.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I feel like Harden should have just declined his player option because I really believe that if he declined his player option,
Aaron,
it
why
would
they say you sound like a
create.
coon?
Cause they a coon. End of the day, bro. Y'all niggas don't like to tell the truth. This ain't no black and white.
Nah,
This ain't no
Herm
black
cooking,
and white
bro. Herm
situation.
What's up,
cooking.
man? Salute, man.
This ain't no black and white situation. James Harden, a dumbass. He a sucker. His ass don't care about the game.
Hey,
All he
SF film, you
care
doing
about is
good, bro?
all he care about is trill
Yeah,
burgers
young
and
nigga,
honey
I just
buns.
shake bag up and
All he care
sick.
about is trill
You
burgers
said
and
you said
honey
what? You
buns.
said
I don't
what?
give no
Hurt? You
damn
said
about
what?
you.
But
SF?
Herm, to be fair
I
though,
been
Hold on,
like
bro.
sick. I
What you
had
said?
caught corona.
You got
What?
what?
I
What?
had got corona.
Prayers, bro.
Oh,
I'm
my bad,
good.
Oh,
bro.
I'm
that's
good now.
oh yeah.
Chilling.
Stay up, man. Yeah. Well, real talk, man. But Herm, this is why, like, I don't understand what you just think, bro. Like, I just don't understand, bro. Like, it's just stupid, bro. Because it's
I
like,
know you wanted with the Clippers, man, but that nigga
no,
doing
I
some
don't want him
ignorant
on the
shit,
Clippers. I
man.
don't really don't want this thing on the Clippers, bro. I'm just basically sitting there saying, like I understand what James Harden, like, I understand, like, how you feeling manipulated, but I also feel low that like he dumb as fuck for just listening to a white owner, which ain't signed on the goddamn paper about you know him getting that contract extension. He got finessed. Like that's his fault, bro. That's like a nigga just sitting there and saying, bro, hey, bro, you take 5 million, and next year I give you 50 million, bro. Nigga, I can't trust your word, nigga. Anything can happen, bro. You heard me? So it's like, oh, bro, just I don't care. I don't care if it's my little partner. I don't care if it's my guy that I've been, rocking with for like next. It's just you just gotta take that shit now, bro. And he should took that shit now, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody said,
sorry.
hey Mookie, when is the finals tournament? The finals tournament of Raider Isolation Wars is next Monday. It's the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 21st. King J versus Naughty. They in the finals. But
Yeah,
SFM, what you got on this shit, SFM? All right, he ain't having. But let me go
He's too sick. He's too sick to talk right now.
Hey, Carrington, what you got on this, Carrington?
Man, I used to be the biggest James Harden fan. So now I don't, after the 2 teams he's quit on, the nonsense he's pulled, like I don't feel bad. We talk about a GM fucking over somebody. Danny Ainge fucked over Isaiah Thomas. That's a real fuck over. Harden, he's responsible for his own, the path that he's on.
Bro, hey, Mook.
Yo.
Hey, bro, let me come at this fuck nigga playing with me, bro. These niggas already playing with me, bro. Hey, get money bands, bro. I caught Corona the same way your mama had you by mistake, pussy.
Damn, bro.
Come on.
Why?
Yeah, so you gotta chill out, bro.
Hey, that's a fam. Yo, what's good? That's a fam.
Why he playing with me like that?
That's not no joke, bro. Y'all should be. I'm timing you out for that shit, bro. I gotta time you out for that shit, bro. We don't play with shit like that, bro. That's some real shit, bro.
Okay.
I gotta time you out, get money bands, bro. You gotta be in time out for that shit, bro. Shit that ass out, bro. But go ahead, Carrington.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, but I feel like he's brought it on himself. I mean, you quit, you signed the 1-1 that you demanded trade. People, I mean, we're getting to a point now that is he worth trading for? He's going to quit on you. He wanted to be a number 3 option with the Nets, and then went to Philly, and then he talks about how he wanted to be a 1 option again. So you just don't know what you're getting from dude, and you're not winning with him. He's not showing up when you need him the most. I mean, he did get 2 games this year. We'll give him that. But just the totality of the last, since he got fat on purpose and left Houston, like I couldn't blame Morey for what he did to him. There are guys who've been, who fucked over their own situations way worse or less than Harden. So I just think he's getting what he deserves, but I see where everyone's at.
Yeah. It depends on what story's true. If what Harden says is true, then the Sixers are in the wrong for this, I think. But if it's not true and Harden's just kind of pouting about the Sixers not wanting to give a declining star a long-term max, then
Hey P5, can I hear your top 10 players in the NBA right quick?
off the top of my head, Nikola Jokic, Stephen Curry, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, Kawhi, Tatum, KD. 9 would be AD, and 10 would probably be Dame.
Hold on, you think Tatum better than KD?
Yeah, bro. That's just
Wait, are these? Hold
Hold on. You don't have Booker top 10. Hold on. Yo, SFM, get him. You don't got Booker top 10. SFM.
They just put Luka top number 3.
Nigga, hold on.
What
Listen. I'm not the fuck like Damian Lillard. Like, probably Anthony Davis.
What's wrong with
I don't know about all Steph Curry. What you got Steph Curry at 2?
What's wrong with AD and Dame?
Steph Curry at 2.
AD should be
you
higher.
got Steph Curry at 2.
I have Curry at 2. What's
AD
wrong
should
with
be
Curry
higher
at 2?
for
Yeah,
Booker's
I agree. I agree. Tatum is better than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I think
No,
Tatum.
he's not,
I
bro.
think Tatum just.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that. The other
Yeah, he's
shit,
better.
I'm not gonna lie. You can argue Booker.
Booker better than a lot of these
Booker's better
niggas.
than Tatum.
Like,
Okay.
Fact,
stop
but
it.
Booker better than Tatum. I ain't
Booker's
gonna
not better
lie.
than no Tatum. Stop.
See,
Booker's
He's
better than
better.
yo,
Tatum.
bro,
No,
I
he's
listened to
not.
you last year. These
Better
guys are
than
talking
Anthony
so much
Davis.
dumb
Booker
shit
is
about
Better
not
than
Tatum,
better
Anthony
than
bro.
Tatum,
Davis.
bro.
That's
He's
Stop
it.
it,
better than
bro.
Anthony Davis for shit, sure.
This
He's
dude's
not
talking.
better than
We're
Tatum.
talking
Better
offensive
than
Cook
play.
Anthony
as a
You're
Davis
fan.
for
just talking
sure.
overall.
Cook
Stop
as a
it.
Why is
fan.
Embiid over AD?
Stop
I'm
it.
talking.
Been better
I'm
than
talking
Anthony Davis for the last
overall.
3
I'm talking
years.
about the overall player.
Yeah,
I
overall impact.
understand.
The more impactful player is Devin Booker. I'm not
No,
gonna
that's just
lie.
Facts.
incorrect. I'm
That's not
sorry.
true.
That's not true. That's a fact.
That's not
Not
Without,
true at
true.
all. That is not
But
true at
Yeah.
let's
all.
talk about when LeBron not on the floor. Let's talk about when LeBron, Nikola Jokic handled you.
Ooh.
Let's talk about the
Nikola
impact on the
Jokic,
team. Anthony Davis
Nikola
for the
Jokic,
Lakers.
Nikola
Anthony
Jokic
Davis
handled
for the
him like a
Lakers.
hoe.
Even in the second half of the season, when
Nikola Jokic handled him like a hoe.
even when
Nikola
they.
Jokic handled him like a hoe. Right or wrong?
All right, look, that's cool. That's cool. That's
Right
the
or
best
wrong?
player. That's the
All right.
best player in the league. It's the best player in the league.
Who? Who?
Jokic.
What that? What's this? What's the excuse?
In my
That's
eyes,
his
it's the best
excuse.
player.
No, I don't. I don't
Name me
care.
a
I
team.
don't. I'm not.
Name me a
I don't
team. Name
hype
me a
up. I don't
player.
hype up dudes. I don't
Name
hype
me
up
a
niggas.
player.
I
Name
don't.
me
I
a
don't hype
player.
up people.
All right, look. All right, what's your list?
Name me
What's your
somebody that
list?
won a
Then
championship
why are
beating
you
the
hyping up? Why
AC.
are you
What's
hyping up
your
Devin
list,
Booker
bro?
Name,
then?
What's
name,
your list?
name me,
What's your
name me,
list?
name me a player that won a
What's your
championship
list?
beating the AC.
What's your
Name me a
list?
player that
What's
won
your
a
list?
championship
What's your list? Tim
that beat the
Duncan.
AC.
That's not.
Tim Duncan. What's your
That
list?
beat the AC to win championship. They beat
Yes,
the
Tim
No,
AC to
there's
win.
Duncan.
never been a
What's your
team.
list?
There's never been an AFC that won it.
Tim
No,
Duncan
no,
beat an
no.
AC. That's what he
A
just asked
first
me.
seed.
Tim Duncan beat an
No, a
AC.
first seed to beat the AC to win the championship.
See, now
Yeah,
you're
Tim
changing the
Duncan.
now.
He's
See, now you're
right.
changing the
Yeah, it was Tim.
question.
It was Tim Duncan. Yeah, my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
why
And
the hell?
Hey,
Tim
come on
You know,
now.
he
That
asked
New
me
low
York
about
Knicks,
value,
Nick.
that New
low
York
Now
Knicks
you're
value,
team in
changing
low
the
99,
value,
question. I'm
that was
not.
a way
And by
better
the
than
way,
the
look,
eighth seed.
Jokic is not number one just
low
because he's won
value,
a.
low value,
Huh? Bro, all right.
low value,
All right,
low
bro.
value rings,
If you're just
We can
gonna
talk
keep
about
low
bubble
talking,
value
six seed,
rings,
if you're just gonna
bubble
keep,
six seed
if
Heat.
you're just gonna keep talking, bro, that's cool, bro. That's cool.
low value rings.
All right, they can be low
Yo,
value. If you
How's
want to
yo,
rank
Boba,
Curry?
I have
players,
a
How's
if you want to
question. Yo,
Curry?
rank
Boba,
players based on rings,
Boba.
that's
How's
cool.
Curry the second best player in the league? Please explain.
Because he's the second most impactful player in the NBA. He's the best shooter in the NBA. He's in my opinion the best
But you were
point guard
just
in the
talk.
NBA.
But you were just talking about when you said something about Anthony Davis, you said something about overall. So I don't. Well, I don't get what you're going at now.
Anthony Davis is probably the best defender in the entire league, and he
No,
certainly
okay,
is the most impactful defender
okay,
in the league, especially when he's healthy.
but you try to make your case for Anthony Davis being
How the
better than
fuck?
Woo all
How is
these
Luka
niggas
over
because of
Tatum? I don't
overall.
understand that
But when
shit.
it
He's
comes
more
to Curry,
impactful
you
than
want to
Devin
chase
Booker.
the
I'm
impact.
sorry, a
Impact.
player who can
No, he's
anchor
not.
a
No, he's
player who can
not.
anchor the
No, he's
best
not.
defense in the second half
No,
of the
no,
season
he's not.
and one of the best defenders in the playoffs.
Hey,
That is
hey,
more
let me ask
impactful
something.
than a
Let me
volume
let me
scorer.
ask
I'm
something.
sorry.
Let me ask something.
I'm
Let me
sorry. It's
ask you
more
something.
impactful than a
Let me ask
volume
you something.
scorer.
Let me ask you something. What happened to the Lakers again? What y'all got swept?
In the Western Conference Finals. Yes,
All
they lost
right,
in the
all
Western
right.
Conference Finals.
When Devin Booker had to go against, them, how many games they won without Chris
You're
Paul?
talking about two different teams in two different
What is?
series.
Shut the fuck
Man,
up. Shut
Devin
up. We're
Booker
talking
hasn't
about
done.
You're
impact.
talking
Devin
about
Booker
two
hasn't
You're
done
talking
shit
different
about
without
teams in
Chris
impact.
two
Paul. What are
different
we
When
talking
we
series.
just
about?
talk about impact.
I'm not
When we
ranking.
just talk
Okay,
about
okay,
impact. Be
stop.
quiet.
I
Be
don't rank.
quiet. Hey,
I'm
be
not ranking.
quiet.
I'm not
Listen.
ranking
Be
players.
quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
What?
Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet, bro. I'm not.
Bro,
I'm
who
All
made
talking.
this
right,
guy?
cool. All right,
You already
that's
had the
cool.
floor.
That's
You
cool.
already had the floor. You just was saying Anthony Davis is first. You talking about overall impact. Then
Yeah,
the overall. Then you backdoor said, okay, Curry is this because he's the second most impactful player in the world. And
yeah.
so then you start talking about impact. So I'm giving you two different situations. So I'm giving you the
All
same
right, give me
situation against the same
situations.
team. When they went against the Nuggets, he was low. He was performing low. You feel me? Against the first
AD was
seed,
not
they didn't
performing
win
that.
one game. They didn't win one game, and he got handled on offense and
Okay,
D.
that's cool. All right, and then you're
False.
talking about Devin Booker, who won
True,
two
true.
games.
Then when yeah, then led his team winning 2 games, and
Uh-huh.
at least got two games out the first seed. But we're talking about impact here. You feel and
we're
at
talking
least
about
his 2
impact
games
here.
was impactful enough to get his performance was enough to at least get them 2 games. His impact was enough to at least get them 2
Okay,
games.
that's
That's a
cool.
good
Y'all didn't
point.
get one.
That's a
I
good
don't
Y'all
point,
judge
didn't
my
get.
brother.
Y'all didn't
I
get
don't
one.
judge impact by
LeBron arguably did better than Anthony Davis. Everybody probably on the starting 5 probably did
okay,
better
that's
than Anthony
cool. That's
Davis
okay,
on the
okay,
Nuggets.
that's
So
cool. That's
on the
cool. That's
Nuggets,
cool.
on the
I'm
Nuggets,
not
on
gonna
the
tax the
Nuggets,
player for
on the
having a bad
Nuggets.
matchup.
So don't tell me nothing about impacting your team just got
I'm not gonna
swept.
tax the player for first off,
All
okay, that's
right, bro.
cool.
I don't want to
I'm not
hear it. It's not making sense no more. I don't know
bro,
what
are
you
you
talking
will you
about.
let me talk? Will you let me
It's
talk?
not making sense.
All right then. I'm not
Please
gonna
just
sit
make it
here and
make sense.
tax the
That's all
player.
I'm asking you. Make it make sense.
I'm not gonna tax a player because he went up because he came up in a bad matchup against the best player in the NBA. And I'm
How he
not gonna
come up
boost
against
the
a bad
player. Wait,
matchup?
no, let me talk. Stop. And I'm not going to boost up another player because he's on a team with enough perimeter scoring that matches up better against the Nuggets than the Lakers did against the than the Lakers did against the Nuggets. Anthony Davis from the second half of that season on and in the playoffs, even when LeBron missed the majority of the second half of the season, was able to anchor the best defense in the NBA and win games and basically turn around the Lakers' entire season. That's the impact Anthony Davis had. When LeBron James is up there chucking threes in the playoffs and not being a effective scorer most times, it was Anthony Davis
29%.
Like, yeah, if they didn't have him, their defense would be trash. Yeah,
I'm not going to tax Anthony Davis because he got cooked by the best player in the world.
Best
I'm
player,
not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You can argue Anthony
That's
Davis.
excuses. That's excuses.
You can argue Devin Booker, bro. You can argue Devin Booker and Damian Lillard, but Anthony Davis, no.
That's excuses. Let me ask you something. Who Anthony Davis? Who Anthony Davis? Who did the Lakers go against before the?
They went up against the Denver. They went up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Played amazing defense.
Okay, who Memphis? Okay, let me ask you a question. 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 Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. On Memphis, who he had to guard?
It's not about one-on-one.
No, be quiet, bro.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question.
No, you're gonna answer everyone, and you're gonna get to the point. I'm finna get to my point. You're not finna go around my point. You're not going to go around my point. You're not gonna go around my point. You're not gonna go around my point.
Is irrelevant. Anthony Davis impacts the game more than just as a one-on-one defender, as a roamer, as a rim protector, as a guy who can switch on the guards, as a guy who plays great pick and roll defense.
Listen, bro. Answer the question. Answer the question,
right,
bro. You're trying to run away from my point. You're trying to run away from my point, bro.
I guess it's
no.
I'm answering your question.
No. Who is his matchup against?
I'm about to tell you. His matchup for the majority of the series was either Triple J or Xavier Tillman. That was his one-on-one.
All right.
That is not how.
All right. Now before that, who was his matchup against? Who they played?
The Warriors.
The Warriors. Who he played? Who was his matchup?
Okay, and again, these are.
Who was his matchup? Who was his matchup?
I'm gonna answer your question.
No. Listen, bro. Don't make it just say the name, bro. I don't give a fuck about all that. It's either true or true. It's either fact, bro. Listen, bro. All that with me.
I'm answering your question. Kevon Looney or Draymond Green?
Yeah, okay, then go ahead, bro. Hurry up. Come on, hurry up. Say the name.
Kevon Looney or Draymond Green?
All right.
Who's your point then? He started guard the best player in the league.
So look. I want to hear. Now I want to say now to my point. Why I asked you that?
This is a meaningless point.
No, it's not a meaningless point.
It's a meaningless point.
No. See, he trying to talk over me. It's not a meaningless.
Bro, SFF, just make your point, bro. Just make your point.
I can't make my point when a stupid dodo bird feel like he knows everything.
I'm gonna go on mute and make your point.
The point is the only elite big that he had to guard in through that whole playoffs was truly Nikola Jokic. That was the first elite guard you had to. The first elite big that you guarded that whole playoffs. So when you had to guard him, you feel me? All that shit you was doing, it went out the window. You didn't have a big responsibility on guarding no big until you had to go against the Nuggets. But that was only one. That was only one obstacle. You let this fat boy outrun you down the court constantly. You got back down constantly because it was a real elite big man. You feel me?
Yeah,
you never. No. Let's shut up. I'm talking. Even still, you don't know if it could have happened to him the round before if he would have get an elite big man. The point is, it looked so good before, really, because you didn't have to guard no elite big. When it was time for you to guard elite big and stand up to that pressure, you folded. You folded on the biggest stage. Y'all got swept. You feel me? That's why everything looked so sweet.
Yeah, but what
other
elite bigs are there in the league?
Okay, so don't be talking about. Don't be listen. You
just made your point.
Now when you talk, be quiet. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking to you. I don't know who I'm talking, bro. I don't know who you is, bro. I don't know who the fuck you is.
What you talking
about? I don't, but boo boo. I don't know. I don't give a fuck who you is.
All right, yes, I don't give a fuck.
He's
but
calling
but
Boo.
You
What?
clearly don't know
but
basketball
look,
because you're
but
basing
look,
value on defense as one on
but
one.
look, was he in terms of perimeter help? Was he doing that? Yes, he was doing. Yes,
Yes,
he was
to an
doing
elite
it.
level.
But
An
don't,
elite
but don't be hyping him up and saying, oh, in terms of big, don't he didn't guard no elite big until
Okay,
he
I'm
had to
not
guard the
saying he
Nuggets, bro.
did.
You
All right,
feel me? Until he had to go
I
against the
got
Nuggets,
you. I
bro.
got you. I got you.
Stop
Can
it,
I make
and
my
he
point now?
folded.
Can I make my point now?
If he would have went against
Oh
any
my god.
elite big, any elite big before he went against the Nuggets, I guarantee you would have got a hair on him. I
All right, now,
guarantee
now
you
Bro,
he
can I
would
there's
have
make
got
my
hair.
point? Now can I
yo,
make
SFM. You forgot there's only like 4 or 5 elite bigs in the league. So
Okay, now can I make my point? Can I
The
make
two
my
of them are
point?
in the
So-
East.
I'm not
Exactly,
judging
thank
Anthony
you.
Davis. No, stop. Because he's being idiotic and he's ignoring my point. The point is
Nah, I agree
Anthony
with that.
Davis as a roamer, as a rim protector, as a guy that can switch on the guards out on the perimeter, as a pick and roll defender. He is elite. He is the best in the NBA. You don't judge NBA value, especially on roamers like
Bro,
Anthony
that's
Davis.
some
That's his main,
excuses.
when Anthony Davis's main responsibility is to be a roamer. And by the way, he wasn't guarding Jokic the entirety of that series. I just want to let you know that. But as a roamer, that's his main responsibility. You don't judge that on one-on-one matchup. You should never judge a defensive value on one-on-one matchup because that's not how basketball works. It's a lot
What
of
is you
zones. It's a
talking
lot of
about?
switching, like the Lakers love to do. The Lakers switch a lot. And Anthony Davis in that series was roaming off of Aaron Gordon. Did he have a great series in that Nuggets series? He wasn't great. But when you face the best player in the world, in my opinion, at least a top 3 player in the entire world, I don't care how big and fat he is, he's going to cook everybody.
Who the best defender? Who the best defender in the world? Who the best defender in the world?
Nah, he's right. He's right. A lot of these good teams nowadays don't.
Who the best defender? Hey, bro. You stay on. Hey, bro. Hold on. Hey, listen. You stay on the side with your pom bro, and twerk your ass, bro. Stop talking.
Anthony Davis is the best
Because he's going too hard for his boyfriend.
defender in the world.
He's trying to go too hard for his
best
boyfriend.
defender in the world.
Nah,
He's
that's
the best
crazy.
defender in the world.
Yo, Bubba, he tried in disrespecting right now. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't take that.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck what he's
saying
saying.
dumb shit right now. I mean, I can't stop. I'm
not
defending no one. He's just saying some dumb shit.
Why y'all jumping SFM, bro?
Because he's dumb. He doesn't know.
I mean, Moog, do you know what he's saying?
He's
saying fucking
SFM cooking y'all niggas, man. He cooking y'all niggas.
Shut up.
Innocent 2-on-1, nigga.
Man, you haven't said anything for like 10 minutes, bro. Like, what are you talking
about?
Yeah,
nigga, he cooking y'all. I was listening, nigga. He was cooking y'all niggas, nigga.
Man, how is he cooking?
How
is he cooking?
Because hold on. He's making a great point for why AD is not better than Booker. You said impact, right? But you didn't use the same. Hold on, you said overall impact, but you didn't say the same logic for Steph Curry. And he debunked that by saying, why didn't you have the same logic you have for Steph Curry for Anthony Davis, bro? And he debunked that. And then you made excuses for AD saying, oh, he's facing the best player in the world.
Yeah, that's what he not realizing. He making a bunch of excuses. But look, no. Look, let me talk. Let me talk. Bro, let me talk. Hey, look, let me talk. Let me talk, bro.
Shut the fuck up. Let him finish.
Hey, bro, who is this? Bro, who is the move?
What is going on,
Who is this retarded motherfucker?
Yo, who mic?
Bro, fix your mic, bro, with this motherfucking bitchy ass Android you got. This nigga got a bitchy Android trying to talk shit. This nigga coming here with a Samsung Galaxy trying to talk shit. Nigga, sit y'all asses down, bro. Who is you?
Ken, the difference between Stephen Curry and Devin Booker, of all people, is the fact that
Bro.
Stephen Curry is not only the greatest shooter in the league, but plus he impacts the floor.
Let's get back on Anthony Davis, bro.
You're not slick. We said
Nah, bro, let's get back on Anthony Davis, bro. This dude,
no, we said,
bro, fuck that, bro. You debated me, bro. Stop running from that fire, bro. Staying right here in this pot, bro. Staying right here in this pot, bro. Look, staying right here in this pit, bro. Stay in this pit. Now look.
I already told you how Anthony Davis, the best
nobody agree with you. Okay. No. Look. That's what I'm trying to get to. Now you say Anthony Davis, and understand with me, bro. You ain't never gonna debating me with excuses. I'm not going for none of that shit. Excuses, you gonna take an L every time. I don't debate with excuses. Stop trying to debate me with excuses. I don't debate with it. No,
These are
but
facts. These are
how is it
facts.
facts? But then you talking about he facing the best player in the world. All this, nah, nigga,
Because
you come up with
he did
excuses.
play the
Oh,
best
hold on,
player in the
okay.
world. He did.
Not everybody.
And
Listen,
he would have
we
cooked
talking about.
everybody. He would have
Okay,
cooked
everybody.
everybody.
Okay,
But
everybody, listen. Mook, I want to ask you this. He talking about. He say that Anthony Davis is the best defender in the world, right?
yes,
He say he the best defender in the world. You feel me? Now,
absolutely.
when it's time to prove that, you feel me? You get what I'm saying?
I'm telling you
Hello,
right now. I'm telling you
hello.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You
I
bro,
understand what
Wait,
you're
SFM,
stop
saying.
who's the
saying,
best?
bro, be
SFM,
quiet,
who's the best defender in the league?
be quiet. No, he say he the best defender in the world. Ain't nobody disagreeing. But when it was time to
Oh,
prove
okay,
that, you
okay.
gotta prove that. You gotta prove that. You when it's time to hop on the biggest stage and go again and prove that, you gotta prove that. You didn't even
Bro.
halfway
I mean, he
midway
kind of,
have no
So
Yo,
no
you're
no.
he
But
Boba,
kind
be
of
yo,
did
Boba,
quiet,
prove
be
it.
quiet,
He
be
did prove
quiet,
it like
be
2 years
quiet.
ago. He
yo,
did.
Boba,
Didn't he
Be
beat the
quiet,
Nuggets like
be
2 years
quiet,
ago?
be quiet. Now,
Hey, Drew,
Saying.
more bad. Let him go, bro.
like
Let
I
him go.
said, like I said before in the playoffs, he never guarded an elite big man that whole playoffs, which mean that you want to put too much energy on the interior side anyway. You feel me? You really wasn't. You didn't have to really guard nobody, especially elite on offense. You feel me? When it was
Anthony
time to
Davis is
prove that, you didn't. When it was time to prove that, like they say, y'all say he the best defender. He got absolutely handled like a hoe.
like
Absolutely
everybody
handled
else.
like a hoe. Not
Everybody else
wait,
on the
Boba,
midway,
team
Boba,
was
wait, that's
not
not
unstoppable.
true. Wait,
midway.
Boba, to be
No,
fair
but
to him,
listen.
that's
You
not
can't go
true.
from the best
Cause
defender making. We talking about the best defender in the league, sir. The best defender in the league going against the best player in the world. You say it makes sense. You didn't even look like you was the third best defender in the league by the way you was guarding him. You know why? Because you wasn't guarding nobody before you, and y'all was blinded by that because it looked so good. You wasn't guarding nobody for real. You feel me? If you probably would have guarded somebody before those, let's say he was the guard, a motherfucking uh somebody that was just elite at the time
Terrible.
before
Terrible.
Jokic, he would have got handled.
Yo, Boba.
All I'm
Listen,
saying
watch.
is stop making excuses for this
All right,
man
now
because
let me
that
go.
man
To
Now
be
can't
let me
fair,
do it.
wait,
go.
wait, Boba, can I ask you a question?
Anthony
Can I ask you a question?
Davis, Anthony Davis's
He's
value
not the
and his
ninth best
game.
player in the world.
Anthony
Stop it.
Davis, Anthony. Okay, that's fine. You can think that. Anthony Davis, his game
He's a
and the
great help
value that he
defender.
brings.
He's a great help defender.
Okay, can I get to my point? Can I get to my point?
He's a great help defender.
Anthony Davis's
That's your
game.
point.
You know,
That's been
Anthony
your
Davis.
whole point.
Anthony
That's
Davis.
been your whole point.
Will
He's
you
a good
shut
help
up? I let
defender.
you talk. I let you talk. Can I go?
Barely.
Anthony Davis. Oh, that's fine. Then barely let me talk. Anthony Davis's value and his game as a defender was never as a one-on-one post defender. That was never his game. I don't think any of the top 5 defenders in the entire league today, that's any of their game. They're all great roamers. They're
Who
all
can't
great
guard
outside defenders,
101?
and they're all great. Huh?
I saw
Who
Gobert do a
can't?
good
Who?
job on
Listen,
I didn't
listen.
say that.
Everybody,
I didn't
How
say
does
no one
this
can
Well,
make
go
that's
one on
sense?
most,
one.
that's most
I didn't
defenders
say
though
This
no one can go
doesn't
nowadays.
make
one on one.
That's
sense.
I
not the
said
same
This
within
anymore.
their
doesn't make
main
sense. This
game.
doesn't
I
make
know.
sense. This
No,
doesn't make sense.
SFM. If you would let
How?
me finish,
It
SFM. If
ain't
you let me
nobody.
finish,
It
if
ain't
you would let
nobody
me
that ever
finish,
been called
if
the
you
best
would let me
defender in the
finish,
league that
to
couldn't
let me
guard
finish
nobody
in
one on one.
today's game,
Has
in
Kawhi ever
today's
been called?
game,
When
in
Kawhi was
today's
called the best
game.
defender in
No,
the
but he's
league,
not letting me talk. In
was he
today's
still able to
game,
guard somebody one on one?
who?
Yes.
Yes, he
Okay,
was.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
he was.
saying.
Yeah.
What
Who? Wait,
has
what do you
that
say? What do you
ever
say?
been?
What do you say? What do you say?
Listen. Answer this question. Has there ever been anybody that's ever been called the best defender in the world, but couldn't guard one on one?
I'm talking about
He
today's
wasn't
game.
that
No,
good
I'm
a
talking about
one on
low
one
today's
key,
defender.
no,
game.
he cooking
SFM,
you,
I'm talking
Boba,
about
on that
today's
point.
game, SFM.
Come
I'm
no.
not saying that he
No,
can't. I'm not
that
saying
is
that he
true. That
can't.
is
He
true.
is
So
I'm
I
not
cooking
don't.
you
saying.
on
I
that
wait.
point.
Get that out of
Stop.
here, bro.
Stop. I'm not saying that he can't guard one on one. I'm saying that's not his main game. The main value that he brings as a defender is as a help side defender, as a roamer, as a rim protector, as a help defender in the pick and roll, as a guy that can switch onto the perimeter. That is how he impacts the game defensively, and he does that at the best level in the NBA. The best, the absolute best. And you cannot
Yo,
tell me otherwise. You can't.
Yeah, and
is he
SFM,
a better roamer than Giannis?
his team is awful if it wasn't for him on defense. If it wasn't for Anthony Davis, the team
Are
would
we
be terrible.
comparing
because he's
offense and
not a good
defensive
because
impact
he's not so much of a good one on one defender. I
to
know
Booker's
that.
offense?
I know that he's not a good one on one defender. Okay,
Yo,
that
Boba,
becomes a liability
I
when
gotta
you go
challenge you
against
on something
elite
you
big
said,
man.
Boba. Not, oh, you left. I'm about to say Rudy Gobert did a pretty good job on Jokic in the first round. So not
Oh
everyone
my god.
gets cooked, but he did. He did. But go
I
look at
feel you. I
Jokic's
feel you.
percentages.
A good kid. What you got on
He
this?
tried. You could say he tried, but that's pretty much it.
Nah. If you look,
Hey,
he
what
by
good
far
kid?
played the worst versus
No, what's
Minnesota.
up, Mookie? I'm just listening. I'm listening right now.
Okay.
Hey, SFM, are you
Not gonna lie,
saying?
SFM, you cooked him right there. I got you.
Yeah, are you trying to say that
Yeah, I was listening
Booker's
to SFM
offensive
because they be
impact
cooking.
is better than AD's impact on the offense and defense? See, that's where I'm hung up at. Because AD is impactful on both.
It truly was. It truly
Okay,
was.
if you believe, okay.
And especially in the playoffs, it truly was. At least got them 2 games against the Nuggets. Y'all got absolutely swept me because you couldn't even be a good one-on-one defender. You for the 4 games straight, and of course, the best player in the game, best player in the world. Of course, you feel me? Woo, everybody can handle that, but who you guarded before then? Nobody. So you didn't have to put that much effort on the interior anyway. Who we just know? Who he was known for locking down in the interior? You tell me. He always been a
SFM.
he always been a good help
If
defender.
you
That's
if you
always
ain't
been
if
his
you ain't
thing.
had to pull out in that tournament, I had you in the finals, bro. You know what I'm saying?
With who?
I said I would have you in the finals.
What? In what finals?
In the isolation ward final. You remember we had the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would if you never pulled out, I would have had you in there, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Who in the when the next who in the
Well, it's the finals now. King J made it to the finals. He's going against Nadi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he beat Maz and he beat Big Ox and he beat then who else he beat? Some Emil nigga.
I knew that good talking ass nigga was gonna win.
Hey Booba, so you still had the you was there, Booba?
This nigga talk.
Easy. My Chrome was just bugging. Like it said, it wasn't responding. My internet was tripping for a little bit.
Somebody said, when is the final? The finals is next Monday, bro. We're gonna have the face off this weekend between King J and Nadi.
How many
topics? There's 5 topics, bro.
Damn. 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
They gotta do their research.
5 topics, bro. It took us a week to create find topics, bro.
What are the topics? If you can tell them, what are they?
True shooting versus field goal percentage.
No. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all 2 topics. One of the topics was who's more skilled all time. Who's the most skilled player in NBA history? King J said it's Kyrie Irving. And Nadi said it's Akeem Olajuwon.
Nah, it's Kobe.
No, it's Kobe Bryant.
It's Kobe, bro.
Number one.
Bro, that's their
Yeah, that's their picks. I think
that's their pick. Yeah,
I think the Kyrie. I don't know if it's a skill battle. I don't know if I would debate that, but
Kyrie got some of his stuff.
Who mentored Kyrie?
Who mentored? Yeah, thank you.
Who mentored Kyrie? That's all I
know. Hold on. And then the other topic is what's the other topic? The other topic is who's a better scorer in their prime? James Harden or Luka Doncic?
Bro, they're the same player.
I'm taking Luka, obviously.
I'm taking Harden.
I'm taking James Harden. He's a better shooter. He's a better shooter. Yeah, he's a better shooter
for sure.
Well, I ain't knocking James Harden. I know. I'm a Mavs fan.
That's another good debate. Yeah, that's
James
another
one.
Come on, bro. But when it's
on the 3 other ones, I'm gonna just let y'all find out on the debate next Monday.
Gotcha.
Wait, who's got Luka and who's got Harden?
King J has Harden and Nadi has Luka.
That's an uphill battle for Nadi, I think.
No. Nadi has Harden. King J has Luka.
Oh, it's the other way around then.
Yeah.
I think Luka does more bag, but Harden has a higher peak.
I'm gonna listen to how they gonna break down Luka, because I can break down Luka. That's my boy.
King J gonna bring up playoff shit, so I know what
you have to. Yeah,
King J gonna break it down, bro.
That's the only route he can go down and win. But to be fair, like if he if he really dives deep into the playoff and just focuses on that and Harden's woes, then he could have a chance. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
But
his
yeah.
only shot.
Hey, bro,
at
it's fire.
Harden's
Hey,
peak, it
bro.
was 3 points.
I share all the top. It's fire topic, bro. It took us a week to create a topic. Yeah, it's fire topic, bro. Yep. But SFM. Let me ask you something, SFM.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, SFM. You there, SFM?
Yeah.
We had a like heated debate last night on our show, bro. And we did a start bench cut. Prime Harden, prime teammate, or prime
Ooh.
Penny. Who you doing? What you start bench and cut, SFM?
Prime Penny. Prime Penny, I'm gonna start.
What?
Okay, that's.
I know. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go. Let him go.
I'm a bench. I'm a bench Harden and I'm a cut T-Mac.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I
That
wanna
is
add-
Can I
That's
jump on
crazy.
with this?
Let's go.
One thing I didn't get yesterday.
T-Mac and
why? I gotta
Y'all
ask why
didn't
is
bring up
Penny?
T-Mac.
Why is
T-Mac
T-Mac
gotta
ain't
be either
getting
bench
cut.
or start. Come on now.
Why is Prime Penny? Why is Prime Penny better than Harden and T-Mac?
A Prime Penny is better than
Nah,
Harden.
it ain't that.
He is better than Harden.
It ain't about being it ain't when it comes to stuff like that, like I be thinking about winning more than anything. I be thinking could they give the same he could give you the same numbers or better. Penny could and be more impactful to the team. Like
What?
he's
The
a
same
playmaker
numbers?
for real. We talking
The
about a
same
6'7",
numbers?
the same type of numbers. Yeah.
Yo, the real
So he's
knock
dropping.
on
So he's
T-Mac.
dropping. So Penny's dropping 30 a game, and he's matching Harden's assists, and he's doing all that and winning.
If
Penny
he's
more
a first
consistent, bro.
option,
Yeah, and he's more
if
consistent. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like he more consistent. He the
Mhm.
first option of the
And
team.
he's
Yeah,
D'ing
he
up the
gonna
other
do
point
it.
Well,
guard. I mean,
if you're thinking about winning, then this team better have Shaq on it. I mean, because Penny, he hasn't
Penny,
shown me anything
Yeah,
outside of
but
Shaq
at the
yet.
same,
he would have won a championship if he never gotten hurt.
but at the same time, you know, like Shaq was getting swept before Penny Hardaway, like he was before Kobe Bryant. So, like,
Shaq been swept 6 times, but no one talks about that.
but
Yeah,
like,
but
I mean,
yeah,
but
right.
still,
Shaq didn't start winning
Penny's
until he
not
got with
winning.
Kobe.
I don't think Penny would have ever won a. I mean, because again, we haven't seen Penny's prime. We just know the small sample that we have.
and that's what I'm telling you, like, and that's what I'm telling you,
okay,
like,
so you're going based off a hypothetical. That's fine, I guess.
but like I'd rather have Penny. Like, I'm just saying, I'd rather have Penny. Then Penny go to the final.
Yeah, what you
With
see from
Shaq.
Harden.
Then Penny,
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Exactly.
Then
went to the
Penny go.
finals.
James
Then
Harden
Penny
was really
go.
great
Then
at his
Penny go
prime.
to the Eastern Conference Finals,
Yeah,
then the
James
finals,
Harden.
and then after Shaq left, what he at least got to the second round, I think.
The problem with McGrady is the fact, like, if you look at his numbers, he starts off every playoff series really well. Like 1 through 3, he goes off, and then there's a drop off every time in games 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's crazy. Like, even look at the 3-1 when they were up on the 0-3 Pistons. He just fell off a cliff, and if you look at all his playoff series, he hits game 4 and falls off a cliff.
Yo.
Yeah, but doesn't James Harden like fall off at the end of
No,
the
it's the same way. It's literally the same thing.
Kobe or LeBron is a defender in their prime. Who you got?
Kobe or LeBron as defenders in their prime?
Yeah.
Kobe, what the fuck? Kobe.
Can you tell me? I want to see if we agree on what Kobe's defensive peak was. Do you think his defensive peak was like 01 to 04? Or like 01 to okay, yeah, Kobe then. Kobe was
what about prime?
Oh yeah, in there. But like if we're talking about defensive peaks, then it's Kobe. I mean, I think Kobe sustained his defense longer than what LeBron was able to do, and I think he was a far better on-ball defender. Which I think is more valuable for perimeter defenders.
You got Kobe over LeBron, right?
As a defender.
Not as a player.
LeBron should have won the DPOY in 2013.
I still have LeBron at 2.
I got a question though, man. You don't think LeBron peaked high as a defender, Boba?
I mean, I value different things for perimeter players because LeBron in Miami, I understand the argument, and I think it's close. Like I don't think it's like a big gap. I think LeBron was elite, but I think the level of what Kobe was able to bring as an on-ball defender, as a transition defender, and just being able to play passing lanes the way he was able to do as a lead guard. I feel like because their roles defensively are a bit different, and I think Kobe played his role a little bit better than LeBron. But it's close.
He did.
I'm not mad.
No, it's not close. He's number one all time in first.
Kobe's 12-time all defense.
He's number one all time in first team defense.
I'm not looking at all defensive teams, but I'm looking
my bad.
Well, I have to look at all defensive teams because our defensive team before 2014 was voted amongst the NBA opposing coaches. So every coach in the NBA voted before 2014 on all defensive teams and who was going to be first and second team.
I think,
and Kobe Bryant most of his career was ranked the 9 first team defensive teams out of 20 years. So he's tied number one all time with Gary Payton, Michael Jordan, and Kevin Garnett, which both have won which all three of them have won the Defensive Player of the Year. He's tied with them in number one first team defensive selections, and in total he's second.
Anybody say LeBron?
And he's second. And he's second behind Tim Duncan. And he's second behind. And he's second behind Tim Duncan in total the defensive selections, and he's a guard. And below Kobe is Kevin Garnett. So he's first all time.
That's just crazy.
Second. I don't feel like it's close. It's not close. It's not close.
No one said LeBron. No one
I said LeBron.
I'm just saying it's not close.
I said LeBron.
Oh, you said LeBron. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know you
If
said
it was 1 year, 20. I'm taking that 2013 year. Just 1 year.
1 year. 1 year out of 20 years. Yeah, that's a big gap.
The 1 year he actually tried to play defense.
I think LeBron's defensive peak was more like 09 to about 2013. I think 14 had dropped off a little bit.
No, it was 2013. Yeah, it was 2013.
Now, when I do peak, I do like
09 to 2013 was his defensive peak. Kobe's was like 01 to 04, 01, 04, 05.
Hey, can I ask you something, Boo?
Nah, bro.
Who's more influential to the game of basketball, Kobe or LeBron?
Influential.
Kobe.
Now I want to say this. I don't rank players based on influentialness, but
no, I know. But you know it's Kobe.
Kobe. I think LeBron. I think LeBron's moved around a little too much to.
Come on, we grew up saying
I didn't know. Yeah, it would be Kobe.
Hey man, we grew up saying shooting like Kobe, bro. We weren't saying shooting like LeBron. We were saying shooting like Kobe.
I feel like you're trying to pin me into.
LeBron couldn't shoot then.
Hold on. So, Boo, who's a better scorer, Kobe or LeBron?
The better scorer?
Kobe. Just pure score. Just pure score.
The better score.
If you shoot 35% outside of 5 feet, you are not a scorer.
Okay, I was about to say Kobe.
Hey, Slick Rick,
not a scorer.
Yeah, this is me, man. I'm back, man. That string yards on me. Yeah, I'm back now.
We got everyone coming in today, man. Shit.
Let me clear the
Yo,
air.
Slick Rick, yo, where you been at, man? Where you been at, Slick Rick?
Bro.
Hey, man, I'm back.
Everybody back today, man. Everybody back today, man.
Fresh out, baby.
Hey, go ahead, Slick.
Hey, fresh out. You know, I ain't gonna be scared of nobody that wears Chuck Taylors. All right, man. Let's get that clear. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't no one of
y'all see that, man. Y'all see that, man.
Hey, nice picture. I was just about to say something.
You know what I'm saying? But I
nice
told
background
y'all,
picture.
man, wait till the NBA expose these Europeans. You know what I'm saying? And the only European that won a championship multiple is Duncan. So let me just get back on my shit, man. Yeah, the best shit talker is back. Best believe it.
They said they let Slick out the county.
Hell yeah, man. I was in that bitch, man. I was threatening that nigga ticket on that bitch, and somebody called the police on me in the birds.
Oh, they called the police.
Yeah.
Man. Wait, for real?
Them white folks reported me. Hell yeah. Then they kept reporting my page. I had like different accounts on this bitch. Y'all ain't see me saying shit on here.
Hey, bro, what's your channel, bro?
My channel?
Yeah.
Fuck Ticket TV. Yeah.
Fuck Ticket.
No, that's crazy. That's my channel.
Rated R game back, baby.
Out of bounds.
Rated R game back, man. Roll to 100K. Fuck it.
Right, Slick, man. What's up, man?
I see your Kobe fan.
Shit, SMM, man. Damn, it's been a minute. SMM, goddamn.
I just came back today too, nigga.
Hey, Slick. Hey, Slick. Let me ask you a question.
Them niggas.
Hey, Slick.
Oh, that's Slick. That's Slick. Okay.
Who you start bitch cutting? Prime Penny, Prime Harden, or Prime McGrady?
Damn.
As long as McGrady's under Harden, I'm fine.
I'm gonna have to cut that nigga Harden, dog. Harden got to go. Harden got to go.
Good choice.
I mean, Penny got history of beating Mike, but Grady, he did show up,
He ain't get past the
but
first round.
yeah, I mean, but still though, but he put up them numbers though. Harden ain't putting up no numbers.
So did Harden.
Slick.
No,
Man, Harden ain't putting
McGrady
up no
better than
numbers, man.
Harden,
Nigga
bro.
went
He
ghost.
put up
He went ghost this year.
36. What are you
When
talking
Michael
about?
came back from baseball, he was in baseball shape. He got in basketball shape and swept them. Let's be honest.
No, he got in basketball shape when he went out there in California when he was hooping Reggie Miller and Juwan Howard, motherfucker. That's how he got back in basketball shape, nigga.
But it took a year to get in. You can tell basketball and baseball, Mike, are two different shapes.
I mean, but Mike was still motherfucker balling. Don't get it twisted,
Oh,
nigga.
he was. Hey, I'm not.
This Mike, nigga. Mike could have took off 5 years and still cooked their ass.
But was he
Mike,
What you talking about? No, he wasn't Mike to y'all. Listen, he wasn't Mike to y'all because he ran into a Shaq. See, he ain't never seen no Shaq.
He swept Shaq the next year.
That's the next year. I'm talking about when he came back, nigga. God damn. Y'all niggas can't comprehend, dog.
Weren't the Bulls missing their starting center?
Nigga, I only been gone for a month. Y'all niggas still slow?
The Bulls lost
God damn,
Horace
dog.
Grant went to the Magic, and then the next year they got Rodman.
Yeah, that's what it was. They didn't have Rodman. I think that may have played an impact.
They didn't have Rodman and lost Horace, and then the next year they get Rodman and sweep him. So
yeah, it's a big addition.
Man, they had Shaq, nigga. Orlando had Shaq, nigga. That was the
You
difference.
didn't answer you didn't answer my question.
Who's the better scorer? I did. I said Kobe.
Who's the better offensive player?
LeBron.
No.
How?
What did he say? LeBron.
I think okay.
LeBron,
Right,
oh my
bro.
God.
I knew I was getting.
Who is that? That's that P5 nigga that won the
about playmaking,
the one that
like,
won
what
the
is
white
that?
flag.
Yeah,
The one
bro,
that
I've been
quit.
getting into this nigga since I
Yeah,
got
he
right
went
here.
to flag.
Playmaking.
Slick, this nigga tripping.
P5, I'm
Do you care
disappointed in
about
you.
off ball? Do you care
You
about
gotta
being
let
able to
him
play
explain though. You guys haven't let him explain yet. Come on now.
All right, here's my thing.
Yeah, explain it, bro. Explain it.
LeBron James, like, even though I think Kobe is the better scorer, I just think LeBron drew more attention, especially when he was able to get to the rim and get downhill. I think it was a much better transition player, far better playmaker, better passer. So with all that being said, even though Kobe is a better scorer in my opinion, I think LeBron is just better.
Hold on. Let me get this nigga.
You get it. I'm get the nigga after that. I get the nigga after that. Go.
This nigga said, hold on. This nigga said LeBron better than Kobe, dog. P5, whatever, C5, G5, whatever your ass is, nigga, just need to be your last day on screen, nigga.
Okay.
You need to wake up and smell the Folgers, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, dog? You ain't never seen Kobe play?
Slick coming for his neck right now. What we doing?
God damn, dog. You take that Texas motherfucking hoodie off, nigga. They ain't win no championship, nigga. We don't praise losers on this channel, nigga.
All right, Vince Young, Texas.
You in Texas, bro, with the hoodie?
Oh man, he back on his bullshit.
I've been wanting to attack Bruce Lee.
Hold on. Let me get at this nigga. Sleep. Hold on. Let me everybody, bro. Like you said, drew more attention. I haven't seen a player besides Stephen Curry. It's Stephen Curry, since Kobe Bryant, that drew more attention on the perimeter, just single-handedly, just individually.
I didn't say on the perimeter. I said LeBron.
Okay. Well, look. I'd have seen dudes literally try to triple team Kobe, make him fade away, shoot all out of bounds, and he make it out. You feel me? Like I'd have really try to stop to see it for. I'd have really I'm talking about constantly. I'm talking about constantly though, because he's not. They know he's not passing the ball, so they know that he's gonna, but they can't do nothing about it. So I'm just saying if the attention was so seeked on him like that, like they wouldn't have ran all these basic defenses for him most of his career in terms of 2-3 zones, which is basically ran for, like you said, for him to go to the paint. Just them zones. Like I'd have seen 4-quarter defenses ran for Kobe. Motherfuckers trying to run 1-3-1s, box out like box ones and shit, just to stop him. In terms of defense, a team gotta prepare for Kobe Bryant in his prime more than they would have to prepare for LeBron. I understand that LeBron is gonna do all the passing and shit too, but that ball gonna be in Kobe's hand, bro. And they gotta depend on him. They don't even know if they give him a bad shot, is he gonna make it. See, the thing with LeBron in his prime, is his shooting. They're gonna dare him to shoot. They're gonna give him the space to shoot. They're not gonna give Kobe that space to shoot.
Not
They're
Miami,
not
bro.
gonna give him. They're not trying to give him barely any space. You feel me? Because you know.
And LeBron
So and
always
that
need a great player to
and you
win,
know what
nigga.
that, and you know what that falls into? That falls
Sit out the rim, by the way.
that falls into skill because Kobe handles his post work, his post footwork, his post fadeaway,
He
Know
wasn't a
how to
better
shoot
player
left
than
and
Kevin
right.
Durant though.
He had different arsenals of moves in his bag to get out of certain situations. LeBron didn't know how to. So like, come on, offensively, bro, and impactfully, bro. Like I know we can talk about Kobe not passing stuff, but understand, bro. Like Kobe, 10 out of 20 years, he led the Lakers in assists. In every finals he won, he led the Lakers in assists. Down to
Yeah,
every
he know how
playoff,
to be a
he
playmaker
layers.
when he want
So
to.
like,
Okay,
we just
he
seen
led
him
them in
7, 8
assists,
assists.
but
Hold on, I'm just saying. He
That's
ran the
good team
triangle.
for LeBron though.
Listen, it ain't that
okay,
many dudes that have led their team in assists on triangle offenses.
yeah, he ran the triangle, led
Damn.
his team in assists.
Damn,
And
SMM, cook that nigga.
I never said Kobe wasn't a playmaker. I just said LeBron was far better. Because he
Oh.
was
What,
like
cause he love to pass more, nigga?
the sit here and that.
Yeah,
No, it's
that's
not
a
that he just
big
likes
part
to
of
pass.
playmaking.
Playmaking isn't just passing, even though he is a better passer. Playmaking isn't
It's
just
not.
passing; it's drawing attention.
It's part of it, Bruce Lee. What are you talking about?
It's part
Bruce
of it,
Lee
but
is
it's not
crazy.
all of it. Like
Let
playmaking,
him
like
let him cook. Let him
Curry
cook.
can playmake. Steph Curry can playmake without even having the ball in his hands. Like he can draw attention out on the perimeter by just moving around out there, hopping off a screen.
Oh man, that's Draymond doing that shit, nigga.
Defenders would keep.
That's Draymond doing all the work, nigga. Shut your ass up.
So Draymond's doing all the work when he's standing at the top of the key, watching Curry move around all these screens. That's all Draymond.
Damn.
Hold on. All you doing? Hold on. Let me get this in. All you looking at is movement, nigga. That's all you looking at. That's it.
Steph Curry.
That's your offense. That's your offense. What the fuck?
Okay, back to LeBron and Kobe. LeBron, like I said, better playmaker, better passer. I don't think that's arguable. Better at getting downhill and drawing more defensive attention. I don't think that's arguable, even though Kobe drew attention out on the perimeter. More attention out on the perimeter.
That's all LeBron know how to do. Go downhill, nigga. He was a bigger player.
The perimeter wasn't.
That nigga ain't got no bag like that, nigga.
Perimeter wasn't LeBron's game. It was getting downhill to the rim.
Yeah, because he couldn't shoot.
Because it was a liability. He couldn't shoot.
It was a liability.
He couldn't
Get this Bruce Lee nigga off.
couldn't shoot. He could barely make free throws.
From the
I'm
year
not about to
that he
listen to
got,
nobody
from the year
wave
he
the
got
white
to
flag,
Miami,
nigga.
from the year he
Fuck
got
on.
to Miami in his second year in Miami, all the way to 2018, LeBron was always above league average, with the exception of 1 year at 3-point percentage. So let's get that out of the way.
But that don't mean that you can shoot. That don't mean that you can. He wasn't a consistent shooter. Listen. We talking about a consistent shooter. We not finna act like he was a consistent. He was still shooting outside of 35%.
Basketball reference the whole story, bro.
We're not just talking about no 3-point. Listen. Stop thinking we talking about a 3-point percentage. We're talking about overall shooting, bro. Mid range, all that.
If you want to give Kobe the edge as a scorer, as an off-ball player, as a post player, that's great. As a shooter, that's fine. But I think LeBron was still more impactful because he was able to draw more attention, was the far better playmaker, was a far better transition player, and the gap between him and Kobe.
Y'all let this nigga talk too long.
The gap between him and Kobe as scorers. Even though y'all might think it's like Kobe's a 10 and LeBron's like a 6 or a 7, no, LeBron would be like an 8 or a 9. It's not that far of a gap.
Prime Kobe and prime LeBron is born. It's not close. It's not close.
Hold on, bro. Drew, can you shut up, bro? Hold on, bro. Let me ask P5 something.
Like 5 people.
Yeah. I gotta chill out. Hey, P5, you don't think Kobe Bryant in this prime, in this peak, was a great playmaker? Like he wasn't like
he was great.
He wasn't. The thing about Kobe, right? He wasn't a willing passer, bro, but he still was like a great playmaker, bro. And part of that is because the front court that Kobe Bryant played with, he did not play with elite level shot creators.
Come on, now he never had that.
That's what I'm saying. So the point, you can say LeBron a better passer because he's more willing to make the pass, right? As far as Kobe Bryant, like he was a great playmaker, a great scorer. The gravity of him scoring was significantly high, right? And the thing about Kobe, what I say about Kobe and LeBron is that Kobe played in the flow of the offense much higher or much better than LeBron James. I don't think LeBron James, the
Yes.
way that LeBron James
Yes.
played, he's not going to
Yes.
be able to play in a triangle offense because LeBron James is going to have to develop into a
I'm not
great
trying to
off-ball player for most of the
LeBron.
part of his career. Later to his career, where he got better as an off-ball player, man.
All right, you know what? And you know what?
He could
I'm not
barely make
trying.
free throws,
I'm not
P5.
trying. I'm not trying to put LeBron in the triangle offense. I'm not. And if you want to say
You
he's
Can't
can't.
play him.
Shit.
and
You
if you
can't,
want
nigga. You can't, nigga.
What's wrong
You
with this
can't play
nigga,
Realize
Debo
man?
in
that
that
you
shit.
can't.
Yeah.
Man, where your white flag at,
Even
man?
if you wanted to, you can't.
wait. So one of the reasons Kobe's better than LeBron is because he played in the triangle.
No, that's not
No,
what I'm
no, no, no,
saying.
no, no,
I'm
no, no,
talking
no,
to
no,
them.
no.
That's not
Listen,
what
no,
I'm
listen, no,
saying.
listen,
Mookie,
no,
I'm talking
listen.
to them.
Kobe
Mookie, I'm
is
talking
more.
to them.
Listen,
I'm
no, no,
talking to
listen.
them.
Kobe is more available to play more offenses because of his skill level and the
Right.
things he can do on offense.
It's
He can
IQ,
play more
nigga.
offense and his IQ.
Bro,
He's
you're
more
saying
available to
Kobe's
play more
IQ is higher than
offenses.
LeBron's?
LeBron can't
LeBron
play.
can't play defense.
We're talking
Let
about.
alone he
I ain't
full
gonna,
Stop
grown
saying
offense,
that.
I ain't
nigga.
gonna say in
You
his prime he
respectfully
couldn't really just.
DPOY,
He
bro.
was.
Stop saying
No, we
that, bro.
weren't talking
Y'all
about
flying on
defense.
LeBron.
Yeah, we
I
weren't talking
thought we were
about
talking
defense.
about offense.
Yeah.
We're talking about offense.
Yeah.
Okay, why
We
do you
can
bring
talk
up
about we can
Kobe,
talk
Why
about
bring up
whatever. That
Kobe,
nigga
defense?
never be better than
you can
Kobe.
play. Listen,
Okay,
P5,
P5.
P5.
that
All I'm
shit's some
saying,
bullshit.
all I'm saying, you could play Kobe in more offenses in his prime than you could play LeBron.
We don't. Okay,
We do, nigga.
LeBron has been constantly put in situations where he's been forced to play one type of offense.
That's not true.
What?
Outside of Miami,
This dude cat's trolling now.
in Cleveland, he was forced to play a heliocentric offense because no one else on the team was an elite level shot creator. In Cleveland, after the years he had Kyrie, he had to play a heliocentric style offense in 2018. He had to play that up until he got hurt in
I can't
2019.
believe I came back just to listen
And
to
then
this
when he
nigga.
got
This nigga
Anthony
waved the white
Davis,
flag.
in the bubble, he showed that he was able to work in the pick and roll with an elite big man, and he was able to prove that he was adaptable there. And then after that, he just kept getting hurt. But outside of the Miami years, he has been put in situations where, and outside of 2 years in Cleveland, he's been put in situations where he's had to play in a heliocentric style offense. Kobe Bryant.
Wait,
Yes.
can I ask you a question, P5?
Yes. What's your question?
Oh, okay. If LeBron, we know he's ball dominant. He's averaging about 7 assists a game. He's ball dominant. Kobe, Mike's, and all them, they played in the triangle and all that kind of stuff, and they averaged about 6.
It's not judging off assists. I don't judge it off of assists.
But P5, what I would say is this: is that like you can basically sit there and say that LeBron James, like, not having the ability to hit consistent mid-range jump shots earlier throughout his career, and not having the ability to actually space the floor out to elite way, which teams were literally just going under the pick and rolls, under the pick and rolls under his ball screens as well, right? Has really significantly cost his team to win championships or caused his team to take that leap offensively. As far as a guy Kobe being Bryant, like in his first couple of years, still like developing to an elite mid-range outside jump shooter compared to LeBron James, and he's more of a polished offensive player quicker than LeBron James. But whereas LeBron James is still developing to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mo cooking.
He cooked that nigga, dog.
Mook said it on tape. He was more polished early on offensively than he was.
The last thing I'll say.
That's that IQ, nigga. That's
Even
that
though
IQ.
LeBron started, even though LeBron came in and started.
Man, Kobe mastered the
All right,
triangle
that's
way
cool.
better than
That's
Jordan
cool. No, wait,
did.
stop.
That's how smart that nigga was.
No, he didn't. Look, now you're lying.
He did, nigga.
Don't run P5 because you get cooked on P5.
Jordan's the master and creator of the triangle.
He's up there talking all that shit.
Because I've made all my points, and y'all and I haven't.
Oh, your points was garbage as hell, nigga.
The fact that he's a much better playmaker, much better transition player, much better downhill player, much better drawing attention, much better passer. I don't think that's all bad points. The fact that he actually could shoot and shoot for like a 6-7 year span.
Later on in his career, he learned how to shoot.
In his peak and his prime.
Then he tried to learn how to do screens and shit.
LeBron,
later on, everything was later on with that nigga LeBron.
That was in his prime. That was in his prime.
In his peak, he could shoot. Yeah. I don't know where y'all getting this. Oh, in his peak, LeBron was never a shooter. That 35% and that 35%.
P5. Explain. Hold on, P5. Explain to me how LeBron James, for majority of his career, outside the restricted area, was way below league average, 35%, bro.
For his career?
Yes. Outside the restricted area,
I'm looking at LeBron's peak years. And I don't know.
Even if you look at his peak years, Outside the restricted area, he's a below whopping 35% outside the restricted area.
That's not his peak. You just said the same stat. You just said the same stat. You can't just use the
Look
same
at
stat.
hold on. P5. If you look at LeBron James outside the paint, what is he shooting? It's
I'm about to
35%,
find the numbers right now.
34 points. Hold on. It's 35%. It's
LeBron scores like a
34%.
center.
It's 36%. It's way below. He's outside the paint. He's 37 to 38% outside the paint throughout his career.
Field goal percentage distance. LeBron
Nigga
James
couldn't beat the zone. Nigga couldn't beat the zone.
LeBron has years in the mid range where he's high 30s to mid 40s.
No, but we're talking about his entirety. We're talking about entirety.
As a 3-point shooter, he's mid to high 30s, even touching 40% some years. I don't know how that says he can't shoot. Now mid range jump shots, LeBron was never the best.
He's not.
I'm not going to argue that point. LeBron has always been inconsistent as a mid range jump shooter. But
he's been inconsistent as a jump shooter.
I'm telling you right now. Overall, as a jump shooter, a 3-point shooter. He had a 6-7 year peak.
Hold on, P5.
No, don't tell me you're bringing up 3-point. Yeah, come on now.
P5.
What's wrong with 3-point?
Hold on, P5. Hold on, P5. Hold on, P5. At best, At best, LeBron James is an average shooter. He's nowhere near a jump shooter as elite shooter as Kobe.
Well, then you can't say he just can't shoot. Then you can't.
I didn't say he can't shoot. What the fuck?
Well, then stop bringing up the 35% outside of the restricted area.
Yeah. That's the reason. Hold on, B5. The reason why I bring up that without the outside the restricted area because hold on. The reason why I bring that up because when people use the shit where the efficiency and shit like that, right? And people sit there and say. And could say that LeBron is more efficient. Well, you got to also put in context that LeBron James get most of his points inside the restricted area. You measure outside the restricted area, he's not efficient. And if you compare to how a jump shooter he is to Kobe, he's below average, and he's nowhere near the jump shooter as Kobe is. He's nowhere near the shooter as Kobe.
I already conceded the fact that he's a better shooter than LeBron. I already said that. Kobe is a better shooter than LeBron. I already gave it to y'all that he's a better scorer than LeBron. But everything else when it comes to offense, and trust me, post game, mid range, that
footwork,
LeBron has a better post game.
Hold on. Post game
handles. Kobe's a better post player.
Handles,
definitely handles.
Footwork.
Because LeBron can't even cross
fade away.
That goes into
fade away.
That goes into scoring. The fadeaway goes into scoring.
3-way score. Who's a better 3-way scorer? What? Who's a better 3-way?
3-way?
Just 3.
Yeah, who's a better 2-way?
3-way. I give you the paint. I give you the paint. LeBron got the paint. LeBron got the paint. LeBron got the paint. I give everything outside the paint. Come on now. Let's be real.
Can I say something real quick? So
I need to remember that I'm in a chat room with Kobe fans and LeBron haters.
Right on. Let me ask you this.
P5 be doing. Hold on. P5. This is why I don't like what you do. See, when you go onto a channel full of LeBron dick suckers and shit like that, you never sit there and say, "I'm in a full of pin." Hold on, P5. Hold on, P5. See, when you go to channel bunch of Michael Jordan haters and LeBron James dick suckers, you never sit there and call that out talking about I am on a channel full of LeBron James dick suckers and Michael Jordan haters, right? But since you go on a channel that's full of LeBron haters and Kobe lovers, you want to call that shit out, bro. You a fanboy, bro. Come on, P5. You gotta start doing that.
Can I answer the question from
the
3-level score?
Hold on, P5.
No, wait, stop, because I'm about to say my final thing on this, and then I'm done. Because I'm done debating.
And then I'm done.
Hold on, can I just ask why he struggled with free throws? He struggled with free throws for most of his career.
Will you let me talk? I'm getting to my final point here. LeBron James is the second great. Don't interrupt. LeBron James is the second greatest player of all time, in my opinion. That is my opinion. That's not dick sucking LeBron.
Sweet Jesus Christ!
I've already told y'all why I think he's the second greatest player of all time.
Yeah, you did say why.
Kobe Bryant is also one of the greatest players of all time. He is. In my
Kobe
opinion,
top
though,
10?
he is not. Yes, he's top 10. Top 10. He's in my top 10.
Is
He
he
in
in
your
top
top
That's
five?
too
10,
low
nigga.
for
He
me.
top 5,
That's too
nigga.
low for me, nigga. That's too low for me, nigga.
He in
All
your
right, well,
top
and look,
10.
Low
and
for
that
me,
can be,
nigga.
and
That
can
made
be
my
too low for you,
skin
and
crawl,
that,
nigga.
Man, where
Kobe,
y'all
Made my
find this
skin
nigga at,
crawl.
dog?
that can be too low for you. For me, Kobe belongs anywhere from between 5 to 7. That's where he belongs, in my opinion.
I bait
Anywhere
on
Oh,
between
my
5 to
sweet
7.
Nah,
Jesus. This
third.
nigga
Nah,
said
And,
that's
7.
and
that's
LeBron,
too
This
and
low
nigga
for
said
LeBron,
me.
that.
That's
and
the right
LeBron,
spot. He's
no,
not wrong
Made my
about that.
screen crawl.
and
It made my skin crawl.
and I feel the same way for LeBron. I don't think LeBron is anywhere top 3, top
Okay,
2,
well, see,
top 4.
that's where the disconnect comes in. That's where the disconnect is.
Mhm.
So I need to know. So that's my point. LeBron,
That's
Kobe's
where the
great.
disconnect comes in.
Kobe's great.
Right. This nigga
Yeah, nigga,
Stop. Kobe's great. LeBron's great. I've already given y'all my points of why I think LeBron's better. Y'all are just refuting them by saying, "Oh, footwork, post, and all this," which I would agree. But the stuff that I said, which is a much better playmaker and all that kind of stuff, that is why LeBron is better in my opinion. When I'm on this platform, I'm done debating LeBron because it's always going to go back to the 35% in the restricted area. It's always going to go back to a LeBron it's always going to go back to a Kobe comp. It's always going to go to a Michael Jordan comp, even though his name wasn't brought up today. I'm done because LeBron James is easily the most hated player in NBA history, and it's ridiculous.
No, he's not.
I'm done.
He's the most loved player because niggas like
he is no the La Media. ESPN.
Bro.
Did you say he's the most hated? Are you fucking kidding me?
P5, you gotta
Half
stop
the
that.
clutch went for ESPN.
I'm not
Half
giving.
the fucking most of the media loves him. What are you talking about?
I didn't give up. I just know I can't convince y'all otherwise. So there's no point.
Hell no, you can't convince us no damn LeBron versus Kobe.
Okay, well, stop trying to convince me that Kobe's better because you can't.
Yes, we are.
5 championships, say so, you stupid motherfucker.
LeBron's been to 10.
And lost how many? And lost how many,
Talk
nigga?
about dunking.
Count on my hands how many times he lost in the finals.
Stop. When is
you talking about?
When has Kobe Bryant
take your Bruce Lee ass on somewhere, nigga, with that bullshit? That nigga need to go play some karate or something. You don't know no ball, nigga.
P5. Hold on, bro. Y'all gotta give P5 a pass because he did start watching basketball in 2018, so he don't know what.
This nigga baby. No wonder his daddy told his ass get back in that room and close that door.
Because Mookie, that's crazy. How for the last 30 minutes ago you started trying to back me into a corner about this LeBron Kobe shit. I'm not falling for it again. When you started asking me those Kobe LeBron questions, I already knew what you were doing. You're trying to back me into who's more.
I'm not trying to back you into.
Who's the better?
Well, don't get scared because he's trying to back you in the corner, nigga. Step up, nigga.
Who's the better defender at their peak?
Listen.
Who's the better scorer? Who's more influential? Like, I already knew this is coming, bro. I already knew what you were trying to do, bro.
LeBron got too many weaknesses, nigga.
It's cool.
Yo, hold on. Yo, Mook. Kobe's not even a better scorer than Kevin Durant, bro. And I cooked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now you lying, kid.
You gotta stop with that. Yeah.
Yo, Mook. I cooked on the isolation wars, man. I cooked on that.
No, you did not.
I did go back. I did go back and watch those early 2000 Kobe years. Not every single game, but I've watched Kobe in the early 2000s, and that's why I said he was a better defender than LeBron. I said he was a better defender than LeBron. That was Kobe's defensive peak. I watched it.
Ken, your ass froze up like a motherfucker, nigga.
I don't want y'all to give me a pass.
Wait, you watched this, Slick?
That nigga Mars, boy. I'm disappointed in that nigga.
Yo, Slick, you watched it?
All right,
hell yeah, I watched it, nigga. I got a TV, don't I? Shit.
Nah, I froze up in the first round. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, man, you fucked up, nigga.
Hold on, Slick. You was watching that in jail?
Huh?
You watching it?
No, when I got out. I was watching that shit.
Oh.
You know, they took my phones and all that shit.
Nah, Slick, you gotta watch the second round. I got cheated, bro.
I mean, no, nigga. King J, I'm surprised. See, I thought King J was gonna end up third. I thought it was gonna be Mars in Africa. But Mars, goddamn, nigga.
Yeah.
Woo! Mars,
so
that shit
Boo,
was terrible.
can I ask you a question, Boo Boo?
King J need a real mic. I told y'all that nigga might be fucked up. That cheap ass
Hey,
mic.
Boo, let me ask you something. Boo, let me ask you this. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Who's a better offensive player? Giannis or Devin Booker?
Okay, I'm going to go home now.
I mean, that's a good one though, because Giannis can put up 30, 40 easy, nigga. Easy work.
I'm gonna ask you. All right. The better playoff performer in this past year was Devin Booker. The better
Giannis broke his back.
The far better playmaker is Giannis. The better passer is Giannis. Better at getting to the rim is Giannis. But Booker's
Giannis clearing, boy. Greek the freak, nigga.
Booker is a much better shooter.
Greek the freak, nigga.
But at the same time, Devin Booker.
That nigga cut his head. Now he ready for y'all motherfuckers. Giannis haters. He ready for y'all motherfuckers.
But at the same time, Booker's like not a great playmaker to begin with.
Right.
It's not that there.
He just know how to score. That's all D-Book not do.
That's not true. You can play point guard, bro. Y'all lying, bro.
He can't rebound. D-Book can't rebound. He can't play no defense.
Hold on, Slick. Hey, P5. Well, you got Jimmy Butler ranking the NBA right now.
He's like,
man.
He's a top.
Here we go.
Hold on, let that nigga talk. What'd he say?
He's a what?
He's a top 15 player in the league.
Man, this nigga don't know basketball. God damn. Oh my God. Nigga, go back to Hong Kong, nigga. Take your ass back to Hong Kong.
Jimmy is the only player.
You on that bullshit, man.
Let's look chill, bro.
Hold on, Slick. Hold on. Hey, so P5, you think
Jimmy?
Hey, hold on, P5. Hold on.
This nigga said 15.
Bro. Y'all be quiet, bro. P5, do you think Jimmy Butler is a superstar?
Do I think he's a superstar? I mean, you already heard my definition of superstar yesterday, Mookie. Do you want to hear it again?
No, nigga, ask no question, nigga.
Okay. From my definition of a superstar, Jimmy Butler made an All-NBA team.
Oh my God, it's yes or no, nigga.
Yes. Because he made an
Oh my
All-NBA
God,
team.
this nigga terrible. This nigga terrible, dog. Where y'all find this nigga at, dog?
Asking me who and who isn't a superstar is just who makes the All-NBA team and who plays at that caliber. It's not.
He didn't even make the All-Star this year, nigga.
He was an All-NBA.
He's a nobody.
Player. He was an All-NBA.
He was second team All-NBA this year, I think. Yeah.
He was second team All-NBA. That's why I think
God, y'all niggas praising second place. What the fuck, man?
Oh my God.
Yo, this nigga.
He made it. That was the luckiest run I've seen to the finals I've ever seen in my life.
If Jimmy Butler is a superstar, that means there's 20 superstars.
What you said, P5?
That's a bad question, Mookie, because you know how I decide who a superstar and who's not a superstar.
How does the bad question? I was just asking you.
Man, this nigga be taking cops, dog. This nigga be taking cops, dog.
Nah, yo, Mookie set you up, P5. He knows Slick Rick.
P5 don't stand on his shit, dog. I don't like that nigga already.
P5, since it's
I
all
stand on it. I stand on my definition of what a superstar was yesterday. By my definition,
there's only like 7 superstars. There has to be tiers to this. There's like 7.
It's probably about 10. It's probably
like 5 to 7.
The NBA is real deep. The NBA is real deep with superstars.
To the person who just said that, if you want to separate it by like tiers of superstars, I'm willing to do that. But no matter how you want to tier it out, Jimmy Butler is a superstar. By how I
my sweet Jesus. Once again, you saw him in the mall, you're not gonna know who he is. He's not a superstar. You're gonna walk right past that nigga.
Slick Rick,
what are you talking about? He's not no superstar.
Wait, Slick, is LaMelo Ball a superstar?
Ain't nobody watched the finals.
No,
we watched them to lose.
No, LaMelo Ball is
the
not
fuck you talking about? Niggas watched the Heat to lose, nigga.
About a superstar. I don't understand it.
Not a superstar.
We was waiting on that nigga downfall.
Wait, Slick.
A superstar is the best player on a championship team and or a league MVP and or a finals MVP. That's to me. That's why there's only like 7 maybe.
So that means
Jimmy Butler a superstar?
I don't think
Luka is a superstar. Who said that shit?
My definition of what a superstar is playing at an all NBA caliber. There is one exception. Julius Randle. That's the one exception.
What about Sabonis?
This dude just said Julius Randle.
This thing, did he just say Julius Randle? Oh my God, dog. Mookie, get this nigga off now.
He's the exception. He's not
an exception. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? He's not a Randle's not a superstar.
Bronson got them to the playoffs, not Randle, nigga. Bronson did.
I said he wasn't.
You better say he wasn't.
Yo,
Slick Rick, together,
nigga.
Slick Rick, listen, Randle is not a superstar. That's the one exception.
But he made an All-NBA.
Oh, that's what he said. I'm about to say.
Okay.
What about Sabonis?
Yeah, what about Sabonis? Yeah.
Sabonis?
Who?
Yeah, Sabonis. He made an All-NBA team.
Okay.
No, Sabonis not no superstar. He can't sell no tickets.
That means Sabonis is a
You talking
superstar?
about he can't even sell a jersey.
Okay.
Fuck are you talking about?
Okay. There's
Sabonis.
There's two exceptions.
Oh
Sabonis
my
is not a
goodness.
superstar. He's not a
Is
Sabonis is
Jalen
not
Brown
a
a
superstar.
superstar? Now it's
LeBron is a
Is
superstar.
What up,
Jalen Brown
Reggie?
a
Salute,
superstar?
Reggie.
LeBron is still a superstar.
Yo, what's up, Mookie?
Like
We
to
know
me,
LeBron's still a superstar.
Embiid became a superstar
It's
this
his
year.
league, nigga. We know that.
Slick, is De'Aaron Fox a superstar over Jimmy Butler?
Embiid was a superstar a few years ago.
Fox is way better than Jimmy
He had a
Butler. I
bunch of
told you
stats,
there's 100 players better than him.
Okay, fine. You can name your 100 players better than Jimmy Butler. That's fine.
Carmelo is not a superstar, but y'all don't want to talk about that.
Nigga, I don't have to call it. I know it's 100 players better than that nigga.
Who said that shit?
Who said what shit?
Said what?
Somebody said Melo is not a. Who say it again?
Wait, someone said Melo's not a
I know nobody better not say Melo not no superstar.
This is Carrington. By my definition of a superstar, a Finals MVP, or best player on a championship team.
That's not
Carmelo was never a superstar. He was a star player.
That does fit his definition.
Who said Melo was no superstar? Who said that shit?
Carrington.
Hey, Slick Rick, what is your definition?
Oh my God, these niggas.
What is your definition?
Slick Rick,
you gotta have a charisma, nigga. You got to come sell tickets. You got to sell jerseys. The whole world got to know your name.
Don't make you a superstar, bro. So
you're talking about a celebrity.
You gotta have charisma, nigga.
Hey, Slick Rick,
it's more than just winning a chip, bro. Make you a superstar. Like by y'all definition, Paul Pierce will be a superstar, which he's not. But if you talk about leading a team to a championship, he led that team.
Paul Pierce is not no superstar. Kevin Garnett was a superstar of that team.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce led
Paul
that
Pierce
team.
can't sell me no gym shoes, nigga.
No, I know that. I agree with you.
Kevin Garnett was the best player on the 08 Celtics.
But Paul
you get contracts, you get shoe contracts to superstar that you know gonna sell you that shoe. You see what I'm saying? And you got a brand. Hold on. And if you got a brand that you could be commercialized, like on TV, you's a superstar because everybody know you. You're a brand, nigga. You outside of the NBA, so you selling outside of the NBA because your name, nigga. That's a superstar. But they're not no damn superstar.
Is Paul
You don't
George
have to necessarily win a championship
Paul
to be a
George
superstar.
Hey, hold on. I want to get back to the original topic because I don't want the superstar shit to hold up. What y'all think about James Harden and the Darryl Morey situation? Let me give y'all a quick summary. James Harden last year was promised by Darryl Morey that if he takes the a pay cut and sign a 1+1, allow the 76ers to get more players so they can contend for championship, he would promise James Harden a max extension this summer, right? This will happen last summer. So that's when James Harden took the 1+1. But then James Harden, throughout the season as it gone and progressed, James Harden, felt that the 76ers was not going to extend him. That's why he started leaking information about him going to the Houston Rockets or going to the press saying that he wants to play with the Houston Rockets. That's to boost his leverage. So then when it was time to negotiation time, when James Harden went up to the organization in Philadelphia 76ers, he said, "Where's my max extension?" And Darryl Morey was refusing to give him a max extension. That's when James Harden requested trade. And Darryl Morey was basically said, if you opt into your deal, we'll trade you to Houston or any other team that you want to opt in, and you get the most money you can get off of this expiring contract that you have. Was James Harden opted in, right? And then that's when it came out there saying that the Philadelphia 76ers is not going to trade James Harden. So Darryl Morey manipulated James Harden, lied to him again, back-to-back times. And now James Harden came on the press saying that Darryl Morey is a liar, and I won't play for him again, play for that organization again. But knowing that the new CBA basically sat there and said that if James Harden does not report to training camp or does not play for the team that he's on an expiring deal, well, the 76ers can void his contract, right? And so he will probably be banned for the NBA or not play for any other team overseas or nothing, man. So I want to give y'all your thoughts on about this situation, man. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, this is half James Harden's fault, and whoever his agent, they got to split the blame on this. If you're dumb enough to not take max money when you have it, and you witness, I know Morey helped him forge his career and help him become the man he is today, but at the same time, it's business, bro. And if you turn down that money for hopes that you trust this dude, and then all right, he fucked you once, right? He fucked you over. Then you come back and he do it to you again. His agent, like that's what you got an agent for. That's what you got advisors for. Like, did your agent not negotiate with him and Elton Brand and kind of for the terms of the contract? So that's on his agent too. Like, I mean, Chris Paul came out and said that, and we know they don't even like each other. Chris Paul came out and said Morey got him because they traded him to OKC. and Morey lied to him and said he wasn't gonna do it, and he did it. Now this is not just for Morey. Mike Dunleavy, he took over the Warriors, and he said publicly on camera that he wasn't gonna trade Jordan Poole, and then 3 days later traded him. And so you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, and it's the business, bro. He ain't the only one. It just happened to Jordan Poole, bro. So you got to be smart enough for your agent and you turning down max money. I mean, that's on you, bro. Like you got finesse, bro. You got finesse, bro. Just suck it up, keep pushing, bro. You fuck, bro. Like, yeah.
But do you blame Harden for tanking his own value with his antics the last 3-4 years? Like
this ain't got. This is part of that, but at the same time, even if you put that shit aside, this is just terrible business on Harden and his agent. Like,
well, he won't out. He won't out. That's
he always wants out.
But
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Exactly.
He know Embiid ain't gonna be there no longer, nigga.
But he signed the contract, bro. Like, what part of this?
Yeah, contracts is meant to be broken. I told y'all that. That's why the NBA so strict on them contracts, breaking them.
But he went There's a wrong way of doing it.
Bro,
he fucking up the competition when you do that.
Man, he ain't a victim, man. Y'all bro, he not a victim. He dumb.
No, we not saying he a victim. We not saying he a victim, dog.
Can I go? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done, bro. That's it. He got
who is that?
Bro.
Hey, good take. Great take.
Me, P5. Hey.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
white flag guy. But what happened was, so James Harden got he could have gotten the big extension in Brooklyn. He didn't want it because he wanted out because the whole Kyrie and KD situation was pissing him off. Which I blame Harden for not. If he wanted the max money, he could have gotten it there. Forced to trade out. That's his problem. But then he got traded to Philly. They never offered him the max extension. What they did was, this is reported. This is what Harden is saying. James Harden says that Daryl Morey offered him this. You're going to take a pay cut this year, but because you took a pay cut trying to help us win next year, and remember, this is a GM that has had a great relationship with Harden.
They best of friends, yeah.
And they've been like best friends, basically, right? He said that I'm going to give you the max money that you want next year. That I'm going to give you that 4-year max that you want next year if you take a pay cut next year. And Harden agreed to it. I blame Harden for agreeing to a non-signed agreement. But if the Sixers did lie to him, then I blame them because you can't do that. That's illegal. You can't under the table guarantee someone a contract.
I think it's both. Yeah,
it's on both.
Well, you know they so close. He probably believes.
That's all that was. Have enough information.
They didn't want to involve the paperwork in it.
Harden trusted Daryl Morey, which I blame him for because A, he has no proof to say that his claims are true, even if they are, and B, it's a non-signed agreement. If you have no proof, then Daryl Morey has no obligation to fulfill that agreement. Now the right moral thing to do would be to fulfill the obligation, but that's why I blame Philly and Harden because Harden agreed to a non-signed.
Yeah, it was bad business. Bad business.
That's why you got agents, bro.
It's bad business by Harden, and it's more.
Well, some of these agents, man, they ain't doing their job. It's the players doing it. They saying fuck the agents.
If he wanted the leverage, he should have just opted out of his deal. Because I fully believe that Daryl Morey and the Sixers would have been forced to give him that money. A, because B would have been pissed off if Harden just walked for nothing. Or MB would have been pissed off if
MB about to leave anyway.
Yeah,
MB about to leave anyway.
Harden's an idiot, bro.
Harden's been in the league long enough.
James Harden.
He should know better.
He said he got finesse.
The Sixers, I fully believe
teams aren't going anywhere. They move on from players.
The Sixers would have given him that max that he wanted if he became a free agent because they would be losing him for nothing. The Sixers would rather sign him to that deal and have a good James Harden for the year, maybe 2, than lose him for nothing. They would have given him the money. Harden took a risk, opted in. It was a stupid ass risk because that gives the Sixers leverage, man. Especially with the new CBA, if he doesn't play, then he's banned from professional basketball, not just the NBA. Professional basketball until the Sixers say otherwise, and he could still lose that $35 million.
Brandon said Morey. Hold on. Brandon said Morey never practiced. Harden. He said Brandon. Hold on. He said Morey never promised Harden the max. So if Morey never promised Harden the max, then why Harden took a pay cut last year? Then
that's the only reason he would have taken.
That's why I believe James Harden. He wouldn't take no fucking pay cut.
The only
I think he did that because he wanted Morey to do that trade. That's why.
Because he still wanted to win. Of course, I think he still wanted to win. So he tried to help his team win. And B, he was practically guaranteed max money next year if he took the pay cut. He would finally be getting what he wanted. He'd be able to sit back, Just chill.
Yeah, I believe old guy. I believe old dude say, yeah, he got finesse, dog. Harden got finesse,
fellas,
dog.
But
That's all. That's bad business.
But
Murray got to
Harden,
protect his
I
team
still
to win
blame
his
Harden.
job.
But I still blame Harden. But I still blame Harden for even taking that agreement because that was dumb. I agree.
Yeah,
with
you can't
Brandon.
trust these players,
He
man.
didn't
1
play-
minute they
he
want to
didn't play
play
that
for
good
you,
in the
next minute they want to
playoffs.
leave.
He didn't,
Brandon, I agree with you. He took the pay cut. He took the pay cut to have that player option and to help his team get better. But he also took that pay cut with in mind that he would be getting a max extension. There's more than just one reason to everything. It's not black and white.
True, but do
But
you think?
I don't blame Daryl Morey for doing it if he allegedly did it because he know James Harden better than anybody. He knew James Harden was gonna fuck up that situation. I'm not saying he's right for doing it, but he knew what the fuck he was. He was like, all right, James.
Morey knew what he was doing.
They just needed a star. That's all. He needs to sell some tickets,
fellas,
nigga.
if you took
Daryl Morey said,
same situation, same situation. If you took out the name James Harden and put in any other player that doesn't have the bullshit of the last few years and all that, I think everybody would feel, more sympathy for the player.
Absolutely.
I think in this,
I agree.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
I think in this exact situation,
no, wait. If
it's
this
hard
was
to feel
Stephen
bad for
Curry,
Harden. It is hard.
If this was Stephen Curry, I absolutely. We would all be like, "Oh, damn, Daryl Morey's a bitch." Like we would all be like that if
this happened to Tatum, we'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Bro,
But
it just happened to Jordan Poole though. It just happened to.
But it did have, it had kind of happened to Jordan Poole.
But Jordan Poole wanted out though. Yeah, that was for another reason
He
though.
still has guaranteed almost max money in his pocket. Harden
True.
He was told publicly, but Mike Dunleavy said on the stand publicly that he was not going to trade Jordan Poole, and like 3 days later, trade.
Man, I told you they be lying, man. It's business.
Okay. That's a little different.
They gonna lie to the world.
Harden's getting
but
fucked
behind closed door, they gonna get rid of.
Now, Reggie, the difference is
They gonna pick Draymond over that nigga.
Harden's getting fucked over with his money, his ability to play in the league, and his long-term security. Poole,
yeah, because he only got a couple more years. He only got a couple more years in him.
Bro, that's his fault for not being informed. How you gonna be not informed on, like, if you work for a company and they make policies and shit as far as contract negotiations and financial compensation? How you not gonna be informed? Like, bro, that's on you.
I'm not
all rules is meant to be broken.
James Harden of any blame. I'm just saying that that both the parties are in the wrong here. Harden was an idiot. Harden is an idiot for not demanding max money from Morey up front.
How is Morey?
And Morey is a snake for finessing Harden.
How is Morey wrong, bro? If
Morey, okay, Reggie, Reggie, put yourself in Harden's shoes. Daryl Morey wants you to take a pay cut, a max player to take a pay cut. And you know what, Reggie? I'm going to give you the 4 years of 100, or I'm going to give you a 4-year max extension next year. It's going to take you to the end of your career. We're going to win. We're going to try to win this year, and I'm going to give you the max that you've been wanting for years and years and years now, right? You've been wanting this contract. You've wanted it. Next year comes, you come to me like, hey, Morey, or hey, P5, where's my contract? And I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, I'm getting it in writing, bro. What the fuck? Like, I'm getting it in
P5, hold on.
But he didn't do that though. He
Wait, hold on. Nobody, hold on. P5,
that's why you don't mix friends with business, dog.
Nobody brung up how Harden left Houston, and Houston was going to offer him the most money in his career. And then he also,
Harden left. Again, I'm not.
You also didn't bring up Brooklyn when Brooklyn offered him an extension.
He had the chance to get his money.
Take it.
Man, he had the chance to get his money in Houston. He didn't take it. He had the chance to get his money in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he lost some money too.
That's his fault. He had a chance to get his money in Philly the first year he was a free agent, and he didn't get it. That's his fault.
So are you blaming? Hold on, I want to get this clear. Are you blaming Darryl Morey? Are you saying Darryl Morey for it?
I'm blaming both.
It's not Darryl Morey's fault. It's James Harden's fault, bro. If you,
it's not Darryl Morey's fault.
These
bro.
when you take the
emotion,
Ken. Brandon, I don't think Harden played well enough for a max either. But if someone literally told, if this is true, if someone literally told Harden, they promised Harden an under the table agreement, and they went back on that, which you literally cannot do according to the CBA. That you cannot do that. If Harden finds proof of this, then the Sixers are fucked. But the fact that he hasn't, that's why this isn't that big of a deal to you guys. The Sixers, if this is true, did something that is literally illegal against the CBA, the NBA CBA. You literally cannot do that. That is what the Sixers did. That's what Harden is saying they did. Yes, I'm blaming Morey. Yes.
No, it's not Morey's fault. It's his fault.
I'm not saying it's just his fault. It's both of their fault.
P5, this is not understanding. It's number one, it's your fault for partaking in illegal activities whether or not you were gonna get caught or not is your fault. Because if the shit blow back on you like it did, now you're fucked either way.
Well, Daryl Morey also took part in these illegal
it
activities.
doesn't matter, bro. Is Daryl Morey coming out crying about the situation?
No, because
James
he's the one with James, because he's the one with all the leverage.
Okay, then. So how is
Because if Harden doesn't come play for him, then he can literally end his career, basically.
Bro, this is business, bro.
This is business. This is good business versus bad business.
Somebody's going to get fucked on a deal, bro. There's no such thing as an equal deal.
And he deserved. He kind of had it coming. He played like shit. He hasn't played good postseason in Philadelphia. That's his problem.
I understand that.
Thank you.
I understand that. I understand that it's business. But like it goes both ways. Harden was promised a max extension.
Nah, it does. It doesn't go both ways.
He didn't get it.
Not true. That is not true.
He didn't get it in black and white, bro. It sucks, bro.
It wasn't in the contract.
It sucks. It sucks. But
no, stop.
James Harden has it coming.
And how many people go out and buy cars with 30% interest rates and shit and get fucked on shit like that, bro? It's fucked up, bro.
Thank you.
But you got to be an informed consumer. You got to be an informed employee. You got to be an informed negotiator, bro. It sucks. I hate
Brandon. I'm saying if what Harden says is true, Brandon. That's what I'm.
We don't even know. Can we really?
I know we don't know that. I know we don't know that. Reggie, if this isn't true, if Harden is making all this up, then it's 1,000% his fault.
I don't think he's making it up, but how much of this can we really believe is genuine? Right
now, again, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that because I'm not James Harden. But I'm just saying, if this is true, if this is true,
somebody said, "Hey Reggie, don't forget we had the yellow delivery service and workers lost their pension."
Don't forget.
Hey Brandon, hop in and explain, bro. Like hop in and explain because you close to Philly, Brandon. Hop in and explain this shit, bro.
It sucks, bro. Like. But that's something different, bro. You talking about unions and shit, like union.
Brandon, Brandon, I'm going by what's been reported.
That's different, bro. When you got to negotiate on your behalf. You don't negotiate your own contract.
I'm not saying that Harden said this right out of his mouth. I'm not guaranteeing that Harden said it, but from what's been reported from sources is that Harden claims that he was promised a max contract under on an under the table agreement if he took a pay cut, which first off is illegal, but then the Sixers backed out of it, which is also against the
salute Brandon.
Brandon,
I don't understand. Like the
Brandon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what you got on this?
I follow the situation really closely. I'm about 20 minutes from Philly, so I'm not here to like cook anyone or anything. Harden never really took less money. He wanted that player option. Right, as P5 said, Harden was offered. He could have got a max deal in Houston. He could have got a max deal in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. He didn't like either situation. I mean, to Harden's credit, he wanted to win, so he went to Philly. He had the relationship with Embiid. But Harden did not take less money. He wanted that player option. And so, like, when people say, well, Morey lied to him and now he wants a max deal, I mean, Morey can't give him a max deal because Philly's ownership would never sign off on giving him a 4-year deal. I mean, that lazy motherfucker is going to be out of the league in 2 years. There's no way they could give him a 4-year deal. The ownership would never sign off on it. I mean, it's not the general manager like Morey. He can't give out a $200 million contract without the support of ownership. Harden didn't play well enough last year. Harden's market value is not that of a max contract. And so Harden overestimated his market value. Harden always thought even if Philly didn't give him the max, he could go to Houston or somewhere else and someone would give him a max contract. And that's why that dumb rumor that Houston wanted his lazy ass showed up in the media. Harden just his people put that.
He wanted leverage. I don't think
leverage Morey and Philly ownership, but nobody bought it. I mean, Harden's off the court bullshit, coming into camp out of shape, always demanding trades. It's just Harden's bullshit has caught up with him. Nobody wants to give him a max contract.
Hold on, Brandon. Let me ask you something. Brandon, let me ask you something. So Harden, if Harden is upset, right, that if Harden's upset that hold on, he was gonna text me. If Harden's upset that that he didn't get the max, but he always wanted the player option, then why is he upset now?
Because Harden always thought, right, this is where, like, I think it's not just Harden. Harden's agent fucked him over, right? Because Harden was told, you don't need to get a max contract now. You can wait a year and get one the next year. And the problem is Harden didn't play well enough to get a max contract. right? So Harden always thought, even if Philly didn't give him the max, somebody like Houston would give him a max. So Harden just overestimated his market value, and there's no way that Morey could. But here's the thing, right? There's no way that Daryl Morey would have said unconditionally, we're giving you a max contract next year. Because what if Harden tore his ACL? What if Harden averaged 6 points a game? There's no way that Daryl Morey told Harden, no matter what happens next year.
Wait, is this before they got their new coach?
No, but Brandon, hold on. Toast, I understand. Hold on. Toast, I understand that. That's the reason why Harden opted into his contract because Morey promised him to get traded. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that I'm trying to get to the conclusion on like the original standpoint. Like, why is James because James Harden basically sat there and said he wants to play with Philly, but the reason why he requested a trade from Philly is because Philly was not going to able to give him the max that James Harden claims. Yeah, they want to give him the max. That's why he requested a trade. And James Harden claims that Daryl Morey promised him to take that he was going to get the max this summer, but if he would have taken that 1+1 last year. So that's what I'm basically like, bro.
Mookie, right,
Brandon. Okay, but I want to say this to Brandon. Brandon, I understand your point.
And again, I obviously don't have any sources, but here's what I think happened. I don't think Philly ever offered Harden a max. They didn't, because they knew, right? Remember, when Philly got Harden from Brooklyn, he had a lot of baggage. He'd had injuries in Brooklyn his final year.
Yep.
He held out. Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't think Philly ever offered Harden a max. I think what Philly told Harden is, look, if you play well and you earn a max, then we'll give it to you next year. I don't buy for a second that Morey ever told Harden, no matter what happens, you're getting a max. But I think to your question, Mookie, the reason Harden took the 2-year deal with the player option was he was never offered a max contract.
Okay, here's my thing, Brandon. I understand what you're saying. I understand the logic that you're saying Morey could have never done it. I'm not saying I completely believe what Harden's saying. I think there is some truth to what he's saying, but I don't think there was a fully guaranteed underhand agreement there. But going based off what he said, and that's been what I've been saying this entire time, based on what Harden has said, if James Harden took the 1-1 deal, not just to not just because he wasn't offered the max, but because the Sixers wanted him to take the pay cut so they could add other pieces to the team and help them win. Right. Which I commend Harden for doing that. I think he did take the pay cut or the 1-on-1 to help his team. Wait. Here's my other point though. Harden's also saying that he was promised the max contract either way.
Or he wouldn't took that 1+1. He wouldn't do it.
Or I don't think he would have taken the 1-on-1. I think he would have hit free agency, and I think he would have banked on another team giving him the max.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would have given him a max. I don't think it's
Brandon, again, we don't know that, and I think Harden in his mind thinks he's still a max player. And
what do you mean we don't know it?
True. Well, he's not. He's not. He's injured and he's fucking out of. He's not even.
I'm saying what Harden thinks. What Harden himself thinks.
But his market value is
he's a max player.
But he has to know about his. Yeah, he has to know about
his market value is zero.
He doesn't know though. He doesn't know.
Yes, he does. How do you not know?
How does he not know? He's been in the.
Ask James Harden.
No, bro. That's called being delusional.
That's called being, yeah, exactly. That's like,
I'm not saying he's a max player. Ask James Harden why he still thinks that.
Bro, it doesn't matter what he thinks.
There's a lot of players that think
the product does not matter. It's all about the market, bro. The market dictates the value of the product, dog.
Here's what we're not talking about, fellas.
What I'm saying is, I think there's some nuance that you're missing, P5. I don't think Morey ever told Harden, don't worry, no matter what happens, you get a max contract after next year.
I don't believe that either, Brandon.
Let me finish. What I think Morey told Harden is Morey said, look,
I don't want James Harden.
I think what Morey told Harden is if you take care of business and you play at a high level, we will give you the max next year. I don't think Morey ever told Harden, look, if you're inconsistent, you don't play
that's what I'm saying,
and you don't show up in the playoffs, you get a max deal.
But this
had to take care of business, and he didn't do it.
And this is why, Brandon, this is why I gotta agree with you too, because I think James Harden is gonna ruin his trade value, especially just going into next season, going out of shape.
He has no trade.
Going out, like
he has no trade value. Yeah,
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like because he's forced. Like with the new CBA, they can literally void his contract. So if you don't come up and show up for camp, right?
He's
They
banned.
could literally void his contract, so he would be banned from the NBA. He can't play for no team. Overseas teams.
But Philly would be fucked if they voided Harden's contract because their roster would suck. So Harden has some leverage because Philly wants him to play. They're not a very good team.
But the reports out there saying that James Harden is going to make that situation so toxic. This is what James Harden going to do. He's going to show out
his money. He wants his $35 million. He's going to show up to camp.
He's going to show up. Hold on. He's going to show up to camp. He's going to be out of shape, overweight, not giving no effort. The shit that he did in Brooklyn, right, where he got traded, the game that he played, I think it was against the Pistons, where he just didn't show no effort whatsoever, just not giving a fuck like he did with Houston, go up to shape. Then what he's going to do is the Philly going to have no choice but to trade him. He's going to lose all their goddamn weight, right, and he's going to get injured later in the goddamn season. This is the shit James Harden is going to do. This is the same story about James Harden. That's what he's going to do. There's reports out there saying that James Harden is willing to make that situation so
he's done it before.
What he did already, he already kind of ruined their season. He already kind of ruined their season already. He's ruining their season already.
Harden too. That's
I want to say this real quick. I want to say this real quick.
The real reason Harden didn't get traded is nobody fucking wants him.
No, that's my thing.
No, that's not true.
Here's my thing.
The Clippers want him. The Clippers want him.
Right,
but Mook, you know
the
Clippers aren't going to trade anything good for him.
They're not going to trade anybody.
Yeah, but the reason why the reason why James Harden is not a Clippers is because the Clippers don't want to trade Terrence Mann.
I wouldn't trade
Terrence
Mann.
That means the Clippers don't want him. If the Clippers aren't willing to trade Terrence fucking Mann, then they don't really want him.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing, Brandon.
And I wouldn't do that either. Yeah, I'm not trading Terrence Mann for him.
I agree with you. I don't think Harden was fully guaranteed, no matter what happens, a max contract. But everything that I've said during this stream is based off what Harden has said. Here's what I agree with you. I think he
right. It's all hearsay. Nobody really knows.
Again, like my idea.
But why are you blaming Morey though?
And I don't have any sources for this. I think there was some type of agreement, but I think there was a performance level that he had to reach. And
you can't prove that, P5. That's the whole point. You can't prove
that.
Hey,
no, but fellas.
Reggie, based off what Harden says, there was no performance level.
It doesn't matter what he says. It legally.
There's always a performance. P5.
I know, Brandon. I know, and I agree with you. I think there was.
I think there was 8 points a game. There's
bro,
always
if Harden
some level.
Was dumb enough, if Harden was dumb enough to accept the deal, that's his fault.
He's not giving him a max because his ACL, dude.
Fellas, you got to look at the situation between now and Harden before. Harden always had a team that wanted him. He always had a destination. He always had a little bit of leverage. For the first time, he doesn't have any of that. What team wants him?
Yeah,
what?
No, he has leverage because the Sixers want him to play. Because the Sixers, he knows that the Sixers know that they need him. But look, the thing is,
but the Sixers aren't a contender even with Harden. I mean,
but you know the Sixers don't believe
this is
that,
the other
Brandon.
point. The situation that Philadelphia is in. Philadelphia is basically punting on this year, and then they're going to go all in with free agency next year.
Thank you.
Philly has
You know what?
Tobias
If
Harris.
they do that, and if they
Tobias,
do that,
let me make this point. Tobias Harris has 1 year left on his deal at $40 million. Harris's contract is horrible. It's off the books after this year. So Philly's basically in a situation where they're not going to be able to contend. They're going to have to punt on this year anyways. So they don't really give a shit about Harden if he plays or not. Sure, they want him to play. He has some leverage, but if Harden doesn't play or he doesn't play well, like Philly's not a contender with or without Harden with their roster paying Tobias Harris $40 million a year anyways.
Okay.
Wait, so do you think they're going to get rid of Embiid then eventually?
No, because I mean Embiid has a super.
I believe Joel Embiid's going to request a trade within.
If they don't contend, this year, I don't.
If a trade, everything changes. But right now, I think Philly's committed to building around Embiid. If Embiid requests a trade, it would change. But Embiid's super this year, so Embiid's under contract right now.
Hey, Drew, would you take Harden for Jaylen Brown?
Fuck no, fuck.
You
asked the wrong person that, bro. I'm a Celtics fan, bro. Don't ask that shit.
I know, but what if Jaylen demands a trade and gets pissed off again?
I don't think that's going to happen because he wants to fucking win a championship in Boston. So
he's telling KJ lies now. That's crazy. Wow.
I watched the interview. I watched the interview he had. Like he wants to win a championship in Boston.
KJ lies.
You really believe that shit, bro? Come on, bro.
Motherfuckers are smart. Like, you guys realize he was smart as shit in fucking college. Like, he knows what he's doing.
No, it doesn't matter. He already got paid, so it's like he has a tradable contract, even though it's a bad.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, yeah. They're still a top contending team in the East, though. So,
bro, he doesn't.
The
Boston,
Celtics
bro. We
would
all
never
know
do that. The Celtics would never do that.
Man, before he got that,
exactly. Like,
there were reports that he was upset and disgruntled at his situation in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was just
but listen. Here's my thing. I think players from here on out, we're gonna see a trend. We're gonna see that players like Jaylen Brown, like these All-NBA caliber players, when they become eligible for the Supermax, we saw Dame do it, we saw Bradley Beal do it, and I think we're gonna see Jaylen Brown do it. They're going to sign these big number contracts because of the big number. If they're guaranteed Supermax money, they're gonna take it. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to request a trade. I still don't fully believe that Jaylen Brown likes being in Boston. I just think that he signed that contract because it's $300 million. That's why.
But once they take these supermax deals, it kills their trade value because Jaylen Brown's a good
Right.
player. He's not a 50
Well,
million year
that's
player.
the other part of it.
That's true.
Well, Brandon, that's the other part of it. Like, what team is going to go out there and trade for him? Because it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot to just match up salaries. And plus, that's not even counting how many draft picks Boston might ask for. So that's kind of something we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. Like, the Dame trade hasn't happened yet, probably for similar reasons. The Bradley Beal trade. I mean, the Wizards
delusional. I mean, Portland.
Bradley Beal.
I don't know who asked that James Harden was
Bradley Beal had a no trade clause.
So why would they ever trade for Porzingis? Whoever asked that, why would they ever trade for Porzingis?
Hey,
what was the point of that?
Because the Celtics are still trying to win, but of course they want Jaylen Brown to stay. But if Jaylen Brown requests a trade, then that changes things because
I only brought that up because Jaylen Brown was pissed off because he was always in trade rumors up until he got his contract. That's the only reason why.
That's for 2 years though. That's been for 2 years.
Hold on, KJ, stop acting like you wasn't capping for James Harden with the Nets, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, I
the
think
Nets
Harden would
team
fit with the Clippers, but the Clippers aren't willing. The Clippers aren't willing to pay or extend Harden, but Harden would fit very well with the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George.
No, he
it's
won't,
just,
bro.
The Clippers don't want to trade anything.
No, he won't, Brandon.
They won't give him a max.
Brandon, here's my question.
No, he won't. No, he won't. He won't.
Brandon, here's my question. James Harden wanted to be the third best player with the Nets, and then he got to the Sixers.
What happened?
Then all of a sudden he wanted to be the first best player. So what does he want to do? What does he want to do?
I think Harden just wants to get paid at this point.
I think Harden's just delusional.
I think he just wants to
Yeah,
get
Harden's
paid.
just delusional. I think that's the fucking
I'm
main
tired
point.
of diva players who ain't one shit being divas.
Now, Brandon, I want to ask you a question. If James Harden opted out, would that then force Philly to give him the max because they'd be losing him for nothing?
No, if he opts out, he's a free agent. He can do whatever he wants.
You know what, Booba? It depends. Yo, Booba, that's Booba. I see what you're saying.
Right, but
he gonna opt out. You know what it is?
This goes back to the whole thing we're talking about. The reason Harden didn't opt out is there's no market for him for a max contract. He wanted the money.
That's not true. He
would have gotten so much less money.
Hold on, Brandon. That's not true. That's why Harden was upset because Darryl Morey told him to opt in so he could find a trade for him, bro. And he didn't find a trade for him. He stuck with the Sixers. He wanted to get out of Philadelphia, see a line. That's not true, bro.
But he would have made more money opting in and getting traded than opting out.
That's not true, bro.
No, that's not true either. Because
that's not
if he opted
true,
out,
bro.
Because
how you know Darryl Morey told him that?
He doesn't know. That's
the question.
There's no way that Harden would have opted in if teams were offering him $200 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Brandon, guess what?
No, but he was probably he probably might not get the full max, but they was offering him something better than Philadelphia was giving him, bro.
Philly always had the most money.
I don't think so. I think Harden played his way out of max contract money or even a 3-year extension.
Look, here's my thing, Brandon. I'm not saying that Harden has max value money market to like the Clippers or the Rockets or anyone like that, but to Philly, the Sixers needed to bring him back to have any shot of whether you think they are contenders or I think they're contenders. They think they're contenders with James Harden. They would be forced to bring him back because if they lost him for nothing, that would not only show Embiid that they're not really being serious about winning, and in their mind, not our mind, but in their mind, and B, that would just be a bad look for them trying to get other stars. They're just letting stars walk away, and now Embiid's over here alone.
Right, but it's Harden's player option. It's not Philly's decision.
But I think players see Harden and all the bullshit he's on.
Brandon, he should have. What I'm saying is he should have opted out. He should have opted out and gotten leverage over Philly. He should
How
have
would he get
Right,
leverage when there's
but
no
the point is
market value
Harden didn't
for him?
play well enough to
because
have leverage.
Philly would be forced to re-sign him because they wouldn't want to lose him for nothing.
No,
Whether
they
it's his
wouldn't.
No,
signing,
because that goes P5. Philly can't contend paying Tobias Harris $40 million a year, right?
I'm not saying they can,
No,
but Philly
let
thinks
me
they
finish.
can.
Philly has to get rid of the Tobias Harris
They
contract
have
to
to.
be a
They do have
contender,
to.
so they can't contend this year anyways.
I'm not Brandon. I'm not saying that they are or that they can, but they believe that they can. They think that they can. I'm not saying
I don't think they do.
They've been
They
in the last
think
couple
they
years. They've been delusional. Like what the
Do
fuck?
you think Harden would have got more money if he opted out?
Nah, it's not. Hold on. It's not.
Harden
Hold
would
on.
have
I've said that before. In the last 5 to 10 years, they've been out of well-run organization.
Drew. It's not delusional to think you can contend because you have a top 5 player in Embiid, bro. You always have a chance when you have a superstar player in Embiid, bro.
I mean,
so that's not really true. It's just the problem is, hold on.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. You're not listening. The way like Philadelphia's the Ben Simmons situation, the Tobias Harris signing, like all these decisions, how is that helping you become a championship contending team?
Bro, stop. No, Drew, you're missing the point. I'm not saying that I think they're contending. I'm not even saying that they're a good organization. Darryl Morey and that Sixer organization,
They try to be good.
No matter what the fuck you say, they believe that the moves they're making are good. They believe that the moves they're making are helping them contend. They think that the Tobias Harris signing was a good idea. They thought the Ben Simmons experiment would have worked. Whether me and you think they would have not, whether me or you think that they would have or not, that doesn't matter because the Sixers in their minds are contenders with Harden. They would have been forced
you're
to re-sign Harden.
you're conflating two different things, right? So Philly has to tell the fan base publicly that they're trying to build a contending team, but really, I think what Philly's doing is they know they're not going to contend this year.
We don't know
they got to
that.
get
We
rid
don't
of the
know
Harris
that.
contract. Philly knows they have to dump Harris and Harden, and they can't do that until next year.
Okay, you know
Philly's
what?
trying
You know
to
what?
save face with the fan base, but they're punting on this year. They're going to go all in next year. The free agent class will be much better next year too.
Brandon,
Brandon, that's the problem because by
is
next
as
year,
mine.
how do we know Embiid doesn't not going to
Yeah,
act
I
out?
mean,
He's
look,
probably going to act
how do
out.
we know anyone's going to be healthy next year? But Philly can't win.
No, I know.
last
I didn't
year
say
$40 million
healthy.
a
I
year.
said Embiid. Yo, listen.
Brandon, I
I
understand
said
what you're
Embiid
saying,
most likely
and I can see that happening.
Yeah,
Brandon,
but dude, Embiid signed a supermax. Embiid's under contract for 4 more years.
Yeah, okay, and Kevin Durant, hold on, bro. And Kevin Durant got an extension for 4 years with Brooklyn Nets, and he left. It's the second year of the deal, so
but
anything
Brooklyn
could
didn't have
happen,
to
bro.
trade Durant. They chose to.
They didn't have to. But
No,
Brandon,
yes, hold on.
didn't
That's
have to
not
trade
true.
him.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. That's not true. When a superstar acts out, bro, they get out, bro. They get wherever they want to go, they go, bro. That's not true, bro.
Only reason why
That's not true, bro.
The only reason they
Because
have
hold on,
Durant
when
was under
you
contract for
KD
4 more years. Brooklyn
nah,
didn't have
bro.
to trade him.
Because
Yo,
KD did what he's supposed
hold on.
to do.
Here's what happened. Yo, Reggie. Here's what happened when you don't trade a superstar. The next time, let's say you trade a superstar and like you're rebuilding, you're not gonna get free agents to come to your team because how you treated the last superstar. People pay attention to that, bro.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but
They just
the
want
reason
their
why
money,
Joe
man. They don't care
Bro,
about this
if I'm Philly, I'm getting on the phone with Portland and say, bro, what do y'all want for Dame? We give you Maxey, Harden, picks, Harris. We go get Dame.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what they should do, but they won't trade Maxey.
Well, that's crazy. Yeah, that's
Philly
crazy.
has
But they
said
should.
Maxey's
They should.
untouchable.
I gotta keep Maxey.
No, you
No,
don't.
Maxey's
If they give
great.
up,
No, you don't.
Maxey's not a starting
No,
point
you
guard.
don't. No, you don't. Because
No,
Maxey,
you
I feel
don't.
like
No, you
hold on,
Philly
Mookie,
has
hold
said
on. Mookie
Maxey's
got a point because
untouchable.
Maxey don't really fit on a contender team right now.
Harden
He should
and
be on a
Picks
building
be-
young team like Portland.
The
Maxey
problem
wouldn't
with
fit on a
Maxey's
contender
starting
team
point
right now
guard, he's
because
not a
he's still
playmaker.
developing as
Yeah,
a
but
player,
they
bro.
just drafted. They
Morey's
just
not a
drafted like they just drafted Scoot. So like, why would Yeah, I don't understand that.
But Maxey, but hold on, Maxey will fit on Portland because he's a young player.
Because it's like this. What you're trying to do is you're trying to keep Embiid. And having disgruntled players on the roster is not making Embiid happy, it's not making the organization happy. So yeah, like if I was them, right? I'm trading James Harden, get rid of James Harden, right? I'm getting rid of Maxey, I'm getting rid of Harris. They go get a guy in Dame and build around Dame and Embiid. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Dame would fit well with Embiid too because Philly needs
Right.
a player who can close, and Philly also needs a player who's a top 3-point shooter to space the floor for Embiid. Dame would fit well with Embiid.
Right.
But even if you get Dame, you still got to get rid of Harris and add a wing like a Zach LaVine. They have to upgrade the wing over Harris anyways to contend.
Yeah, that's what I do, Brent. I would trade Harris, trade Harden, all them,
And I'm
Tobias
going
Harris
to
can catch the league.
and I'm going to free agency.
Give
Give
you
me 1 year, $40 million. Nobody's taking that shit. Put Tobias.
You want to take 1 year 40?
No, but under the CBA, expiring deals like Harris's have some value because they can give teams cap relief. Plus,
Yeah,
teams have to
they give
spend a
teams
minimum
cap
amount of
relief.
money. So
Teams will
Harris's
take-
contract has some value, but not
Harris,
much.
but
Okay, let's stop.
Harris was also unhappy this past season. He felt like his role should have been
Teams
bigger.
will take big contracts to get cap. We saw it with Westbrook. The only reason Westbrook had any value,
Tobias disappears.
But it's because Westbrook gives you
Tobias is a
protection,
role
though,
player.
People, no, teams wouldn't be trading for Tobias for the player. They'd be trading for the contract. It's an expiring contract. It's $40 million off the books.
How many
That's why they'd be
teams?
trading for.
How many teams in a rebuild position that want to offload and get cap space? There's not many, bro.
I mean, like,
Yeah, there's not many, but there are some.
not many, but
like
the teams
Washington would probably
Yeah.
take Harris's contract. There's some.
Utah just did it. Utah just did it.
Nah,
They got rid of Rudy Go.
Utah's hell no. Utah got like 20 picks, bro. Like they're straight.
Oh, I'm talking about the contract. They just got
Now,
offered
another
Rudy
team,
and-
another team.
Hey boys, I got a random trade. I'm in North Carolina. What if they traded Harden and whatever to get LaMelo to pair with Embiid? Because I think LaMelo's going to leave. I think LaMelo's going to leave us.
Bro, the Hornets would never do that, bro.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, LaMelo is like $52 million a year. He's their guy, bro.
Oh yeah, true. Because that new contract is crazy. But I'm just thinking he's going to demand a trade in 2 years.
Lamelo's already came out. Lamelo's already came out and stated that he's fine with being patient in Charlotte. He's already come out and said all that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he's the only thing we got.
LaMelo doesn't give a fuck about the ring, bro.
Yeah, he just care about that bag. That's it.
Bro, he rolls around in like a purple Rolls Royce. He probably don't.
All he cares about
he
is that
doesn't
bag,
care
bro.
how much they're losing in Charlotte. He cares about the money. And he's
When he gets a little older, that's when he might start caring about winning.
And he's fine with being patient with the rebuild.
True. By the time he's 30, he'll be like, all right.
But also you can't believe shit these dudes say, bro. Like what Dame for like
Now
5
that's
years.
true,
I'm
but
loyal.
like
I'm loyal. I ain't leaving Portland. I'm not like these other
Dame
guys.
was there for 11 seasons though.
Look how Reggie, look how old
What did they
Dame
do
is.
with him?
Dame was getting $50 million a year.
Dame career is coming to an end. Dame career is coming to
Fuck
an end.
that,
So
bro. That's why I said you can't believe these
Coming
dudes.
to an end. What the
Bro,
hell?
Dame get on Twitter talking about KD.
Dame's gonna be out the league in like 3 to 4 seasons.
Man, KD
bro. Dame
said
not
the
finna be
same shit
cool.
when he was at OKC. He said, "I never do that. I never do that." Motherfucker did it. You can't.
Don't bring that tweet up.
Hey, Kyrie did the same thing with Boston. I mean,
yeah, you can't. He said, "I want to be a Celtic for life and all this shit." Man, come on, you can't believe these guys say this shit, man. Like,
yeah, it's all, at the end of the day, it's all business. That's the NBA is a business. That's what it is.
You can't believe that shit. You gotta follow the money trail.
Kyrie leaving Cleveland was a little bit different though.
Nah, bro, you gotta follow the money trail. If this dude if you're looking at this guy's set of options, and this guy has a certain option that's better than the other ones, that's the one he's gonna choose. If he's going to a better team for more money or more advertising and marketing and whatever the fuck, and he's going to win a ring, that's what he's going to do, bro. Like, even if he says, I'm going to stay with this trash-ass team and this trash-ass city, and no, he's not doing that, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, Brandon, do you think Harden ruined his career?
Dame does not get a pass, T. He does not get a pass.
Yeah, I think the thing with Harden is that not all players age the same way, and you got to take care of your body differently at age 34 than age 30 and age 26. Harden never took the time to take care of his body. Like the thing with Harden when he played for Philly, he played less than 60 games, and Harden would play at a high level when he was rested. Like he had 2 really good games against Boston, but the problem Harden had all year was after he played more than 5 or 6 games, his conditioning would never hold up. And Morey's not stupid. He knows Harden from his Houston days, always out of shape at the beginning of the season. Morey knew Harden would never fucking hold up at age 35, 36. I mean, Morey's not giving that fucking lazy motherfucker a 4-year deal at age 34. He's not that dumb.
I think we all agreed that if we were Daryl Morey, we were doing the same thing.
Man, I would, bro. That's why I say Morey didn't tell him that shit, man. Morey, man, hell no, bro. We can't sit up here and blame Morey. And let's just say he did. Let's just say he said everything Harden allegedly said he said. Your dumbass signed the contract, bro. At the end of the day, you got to have some accountability, bro. You signed that shit and you believed him. So that's on you, bro. Like,
you got to play, bro.
I mean, Philly's ownership has to sign off too. I mean, Morey can't just give out $200 million deals. The ownership has to sign off on that deal too.
Yeah,
I mean, the way he's been like leaving teams, being not in shape, not playing well during the playoffs. Like it's kind of like coming like it's kind of like
back to
destiny. It's like fate. It's like fate. Like that's what it comes to. Like it's kind of what he deserves in a way.
Bro,
Not deserves, but like
it's
it kind of like
he
it
deserves
went
it.
full circle. It went full circle. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's
like we said
reputation, bro.
earlier, any other player, we'd be like, damn. None of us are like, damn.
Bro, it's probably the league probably ain't gonna do shit, bro, just because his reputation. He on a bit as a business, like on the business side of the NBA, he fucked his reputation up. So they probably at it like, bro, you was already gonna do some foul shit anyway. So it's just you was getting dirty. You lay down with dogs, you get bit by fleas, bro. Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not saying James Harden's a great player, but he's got a lot of benefits too, like the calls he's gotten and shit like that. Like he's had there's been some goods and there's been a lot of bads. So,
but he doesn't get those calls.
But the rule change in the NBA that's led to Harden getting far fewer foul calls, that really hurt Harden a lot too.
Yeah, he doesn't get those calls anymore.
I agree. He's nowhere near at
You know what the crazy thing about it is? You look at his stats and they're not bad. It's just
they're not.
He gets in his own way.
He led the league in assists. I mean, he's
right. He could be like 22 and 10, and you're like, you could be way better. Like, oh shit.
But it's the impact, bro. It's the impact and it's the timing. Like down the stretch, he's not giving you production, bro, consistently. It's just
it's conditioning too. He played less than 60 games for a reason. He couldn't have played a full season. He wasn't in good enough shape.
Hey, would you think of Harden differently if he didn't have to deal with Golden State in the Western Conference? That's the thing too. He'd already be a champion. He might have a different mindset, but I think now he just cares about money because he never won.
He probably just choked against.
Yeah, but I mean, like that game 7 that they lost. I mean, they missed a fucking ton of threes. That's their fault. Yeah, that's their fault. So
yeah, man,
listen,
if
they would have won that. They probably would have won the championship.
Listen. Like, hey, Brandon, do you agree with that? Harden is better than Westbrook.
Oh yeah, I definitely I think the thing about Harden, like he did get fucked because the Warriors had a super team. Houston would have won a title in any other year except they hit a super team. And you look at what went down in Brooklyn. I mean, it wasn't all Harden's fault what went down in Brooklyn. You had the dumbass vaccine mandate, and then you had a lot of weird shit there that was out of his control. So I think Harden has a lot. Whose fault was it? Harden should blame himself for a lot, but I don't think everything that went wrong is all Harden's fault either.
Hold on. What about the one in Brooklyn?
What's up?
What about in Brooklyn? Is it his fault? Who fault is it?
I don't think. I think if you look at what the major thing that went wrong in Brooklyn was COVID, and then the vaccine mandate, and I don't fault Kyrie for not wanting to put stuff in his body. I think people should decide what they put in their body. But I mean, the situation in Brooklyn went south. I think primarily because of COVID and the situation with Kyrie, which, as I said, I don't fault Kyrie over. I don't think that's on Harden, but Harden just didn't stay in shape. Harden played himself out of a max contract, and that's on him.
Westbrook and Harden, if you look at them, especially during those like Rocket and Thunder years, the percentages are in the turnovers are very identical, but they don't talk about that on TV and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, Harden wasn't the same player in OKC he was in Houston. I think what's most interesting about Harden's career is if OKC would have kept Harden and traded Westbrook, because Harden fits very well with Durant. I mean, the weakness of Harden's game is he's never been a top closer. The weakness of Durant's game is he's never been a top playmaker. So they fit together well, but OKC traded Harden. They didn't trade Westbrook.
Is that true, Ken?
Ken, don't cap. Ken, don't cap for. Don't cap.
I mean, it is a debate because.
Wait.
Like
I didn't. Wait.
Huh?
You good, Ken? Damn.
Wait, what you said? Wait, so you said does Harden fit with who?
Harden fit with Durant because Durant is not an elite playmaker like Harden, and then Harden is not a closer or have the mid-range game.
Harden did fit with Durant, but it just ain't work out because niggas wasn't healthy. If they was healthy, we would have definitely beat the Bucks.
Who's better, prime Russell Westbrook or prime Harden?
Mid off of Harden.
I think it's prime.
So we're talking MVP 2016 or MVP 2017. That's what we're talking about.
I think James Harden
I
He's
don't
the
know who
best
had a better
playmaker Kevin
MVP.
Durant
Who had
played.
who had a better MVP season? It might have been Westbrook.
By two, oh, because he averaged two
because
more
Westbrook had
rebounds.
less help. Westbrook had less help than Harden did too.
But does
So,
Westbrook use his
I
help
don't-
the way he should? Like that's my thing with these ball dominant players. You never know
Who was
how
on that
good
team?
the-
Who was on that
Harden's
team?
ball
Who was on-
dominant too. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Even though, okay, actually, I'll give it. I'll concede to that. I think that that Harden's best Houston team is obviously better than Westbrook's post KD team.
and
I'll
Russell
take that.
Westbrook was the better defender than James Harden. It's not even close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Y'all remember old school Harden defense?
Yeah, it was no effort, no effort. Lazy.
Just let him go. Let him Ole defense.
Yeah, but I mean, Harden was complete trash defensively at the beginning of his career, especially in Houston. But Harden played better defense later in his career in Houston. I mean, Houston was a good defensive team when they took the Warriors to 7.
Yeah,
Harden
it was
actually
not because
led the
of
league in
Harden.
deflections one year too.
Leading the lead affection does not mean you're a good defender.
No, I'm not saying he was a good defender, but he became an average defender later in his career in Houston. He
Was
became a
Rocco
better
on that
defender
team with
later.
him? Or
They had
the last year. He was there
they
last
had,
year.
yeah, it was last year, but they had
I mean-
Eric Gordon, Clint Capella, Gerald Green, Trevor Ariza.
was PJ on that?
Yeah, PJ
Yeah.
Tucker. Yeah.
The thing about James Harden is the thing about James Harden is that he made way more All NBA first teams than Russell Westbrook. That's all you can really legitimately say.
Because at the two guard, who's it? I
He
mean,
was
I
just
think
a
Westbrook
more,
was
he was a
competing.
better scorer. He's a better player. Yeah, I mean, in his prime.
Yeah. Only thing Westbrook got is defense for real.
Because they make the same number of All-Star teams, so I don't know.
And the rebound is like closer than you would think.
Bro.
I mean, the
I don't
other
think
thing
Harden
is
was that-
Westbrook's
I don't think-
always been a little bit of a stat whore too, with some of his bullshit empty
Hey,
rebounds.
Brandon, can you explain how you think Boston are like chokers?
Who?
Boston.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead,
City
Brandon.
choked you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the problem, like we're talking about the fit between Westbrook and Durant. The problem with Tatum and Brown is they're both wings. They're scorers who don't play make. And so the problem Boston has against good defensive teams is their offense in the half court just isn't that efficient. And so they've always choked against top defensive teams in the conference finals and then in the finals against Golden State. The only year they beat Miami's whole roster, including Butler, got hurt. I mean, that's why they made the Porzingis trade. They're trying to change their roster. And I like Derek White. He's a good defender, but they still don't have a point guard. I don't think their
Wait,
roster
what about
works the way it is.
What about 2017 though? Because that Cleveland team was not that good of a defense.
But y'all were young
I
as
mean,
hell.
you're right, but that was a totally different roster. That's when they had Terry Rozier. That was a totally different roster.
Yeah, you're right.
Was that like 19-year-old Tatum?
Yeah, that was Tatum's rookie year. That's when he dunked on LeBron. He threw a big celebration, then he got his ass kicked.
I'm not gonna lie, you make some good points. I'm not gonna lie. The Celtics got a good enough roster going their way. They be choking.
But
yeah, they
are
are.
they chokers? They've been to like
They got a
5
good enough
Eastern
roster.
Conference finals in the last like 7 years or some bullshit like that. I don't know, some crazy shit like that.
Hey, Brandon, can I hear your top 10 NBA players in NBA?
Top 10 current or all time?
Current.
I mean, I haven't given it that much thought, so I don't like off the top of my head.
What about top 5?
Top 5, I would say, I'd say Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, Luka, and then I think for the fifth, I could go with a couple different players. There's not one guy who really jumps out.
You got Steph.
You got Luka over Steph?
Well, I mean, no, I would go Steph. I mean, Steph's getting older now too, so I'm presuming Steph will start to decline moving forward because he's going to be 36.
Where you got KD rank?
I'd go Steph top 5 right now, but Steph's going to be 36, so I would expect some decline.
Where you got Kevin Durant rank?
I would have Durant right around 10.
You got Durant over LeBron?
Yeah, just because he's
I got
younger,
KD at like 9. I got KD
at like 8, 9, 10.
It can.
Yeah, 9, 10. Yep.
Why KD so low?
Because he's not
I'm
better
asking
than
you, Brandon. I'm not answering you. I'm asking Brandon. Why KD so low?
I don't think that's low because I think people forget Durant's 35. I mean, putting a 35-year-old top 10, to me, that's not, I don't view that as low. I just, with Durant, we've seen him struggle as the first option. We've seen him struggle against physical defenses in the playoffs too. I don't think Durant's a number one option on a championship team anymore. So if a guy's not a number one on a championship team, to me, they're not a superstar. They can't be top 5.
I think we're getting into that point of those guys drafted in the last 5 years.
Hey, you heard that
over for the,
that nigga said Kenny ain't no superstar, nigga.
Damn.
He's a
I don't know
superstar
about
in name.
that, though.
I think he's a superstar in name just because of he's old now. Like
He's old as
Brandon,
shit.
why you
Yeah.
had to
Hold on. Who just said that, bro?
Brandon?
You don't know basketball, nigga. Get your ass on this panel, nigga. You don't know basketball.
shut up.
You just said, hold on, bro.
He's not doing that this kid. He's trash now. He's not the only
Your
one.
take's trash.
Look at the
The
KD fan
definition of
crying, bro.
the definition of a superstar is you can be a number one on a championship team. There's no
He is a
fucking
number
way
one,
if
nigga.
Durant at 35.
not on a
Wow.
championship team.
How is he a number one on a championship team? Explain that.
Now we're talking
He was
now,
number
Ken.
one
We're
on
talking
Brooklyn
right
Nets, nigga.
now.
Fuck is wrong with y'all
Bro,
niggas?
that
Y'all
was
niggas
2
don't watch
years ago, bro.
basketball,
I'm
bro?
talking
Did they?
about right now, bro.
Yo, Ken, did they ever make
Right now.
did they ever make the conference finals or the finals? I would love to know.
He got hurt, nigga.
He got
Okay,
hurt.
but
That's
now
the
we're
point.
okay.
Yeah.
3 years ahead.
Brandon,
He's 35 now. Yeah,
break
what are you
it
talking
down
about?
to the Brandon, break it down to this fanboy. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. There's no way with a 35-year-old Durant as your first option, you're winning a championship. I mean, it's not happening. I mean, look at Durant against Boston in the playoffs. He's not a first option on a championship team anymore. He's still a good player. I have him 10, but Booker's clearly
He
the
was the
number
second
one
option
on that
last
team.
year.
Yeah.
He was the number 2 to Booker. Booker was clearly the number 1 on Phoenix in the playoffs. Not close.
Facts. Damn.
Girl gave you 40 a game.
Damn,
watch, bro. It's over.
Had to
You
give
gotta
you
go
40.
I mean, Ken be
50%
saying Devin
game.
Booker's better
Now
than
it's over.
Tatum, so I don't know what. Yeah.
No, he's not. Stop it, bro. No, he's not.
Booker's better than Tatum in the playoffs. He's not better than him in the regular season. I mean, Booker's one of those guys who just raises his game significantly in the playoffs.
So, Brandon, let me ask you something. So, let me ask you something. I'm trying to get
his
like
career
point.
percentages are crazy.
Brandon, I'm trying to get to this point. Like, if you better somebody if somebody better than you in the regular season, and somebody better than your playoffs, like, how do you make that conclusion of like who's better since somebody's like better in the regular season than somebody's better in the playoffs? How you make the conclusion who's better overall?
The way I look at it is you have to have sample size. Like, so if someone's significantly better in the playoffs than the regular season, and I think the two best examples of that are Jimmy Butler and Jamal Murray, they got to do it repeatedly. Like, Jamal Murray has consistently been much better in the playoffs than the regular season. Same with Jimmy Butler. So, I mean, with those guys, I would rank them ahead of players who have been better than them in the regular season. But I think I think to rate players high who are just playing at a superstar level in the playoffs and not in the regular season, they got to do it repeatedly multiple years, the way Butler, Murray, and we've seen Booker do it a couple years too. But I think you got to do it for a number of years. You can't just do it once or twice.
Dude, Tatum's problem is he's like Paul George. He should be way better. He has all the tools. It just, we get to the playoffs and something happens. That, to me, he's like this generation's PG, in my opinion.
No,
but
I think Paul George has been better than Tatum in the playoffs. I mean, Paul George has always been a better playmaker.
Man,
than
y'all
Tatum
smoking, y'all smoking crack, bro. Y'all tripping.
Oh,
I think Tatum could be the best player if he got it all together.
Okay, let me cook right now. So 2017, a 19-year-old Tatum, he took LeBron to 7 games. He beat Joel Embiid. He beat Giannis. Okay, go to 2019. He went to the conference finals again. Go to the next year. He played KD. Sure, they lost that series, but Jaylen Brown wasn't playing. And I remember Tatum averaged like 30 points in that series, or 29 or something. Next year, he beat Giannis again. He beat the Miami Heat. And I remember in that Bucks series, he was pretty good. Like in Game 6, he went crazy. He went like crazy in that Game 6. This year, he went to the conference finals again, and he outplayed Joel Embiid in that series. So how is he not like? You can make a case Tatum's a top 5 player in the league. You can.
I think he has all the tools to be it.
You can make that case, but the like if you
solely like value winning, that's what I'm saying.
But
You solely value winning.
But Tatum's never been consistent offensively from the beginning.
No, I agree with that.
He's always had these really inconsistent. Like you look at the Philly series, okay? Everyone remembers how good Tatum was in Game 6 and 7.